you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials. From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
GhanaTalks Radio, UK, Abrochimemu, era from Ghana Muha at the sound system, which is spinning machine papa, a free amana never be good among Ghana Muha. It is a we a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry, more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boss sound in the moon at the dia and you may come for GTR sounds at the amount. Your live band in so I would tone sa at the frame ya beat me abababua. Ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Ya wa enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi an se wo be frɛ mpanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu wode angaza.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. 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 Good morning, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. It's a beautiful Friday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is the news headline review. Right here, we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. I am your host, Ruth Esinal Fiagbedu. And joining me this morning in the studios is Ms. Deborah Adoso and Ms. Regina Bless, who will be speaking to the issues and be sharing their informed perspectives and opinions on matters that matter to you every morning right here on the show. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning to our newly employed B-boy star.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good, your side.
I'm well. Miss Debbie, what's today? Oh, we thank God. This morning when I woke up, I saw a news. I was like, hey, then these people there, and let me tell you, Parliament has finally passed the bill to legalize Okada. And see, police officers now know how Okada for us. See, legalize them. They are now part of our transport system. And I think it's kind of like good because we are in the festive season. I know it's not going to take effect immediately, but at least it's going to bring some joy to these people. And then we are in the festive season. If you go to the roadside right now, school junction, and if you get Okada, immediately now you get there. And it's not even that expensive. It's less expensive more than the vehicles we have, the green and then the black and the red people. How do you feel about this bill being finally passed for the Okada drivers?
It's a good news. For me, it is a good news because there is no way we'll talk about transport operators and then you have to deduct Okada riders from it. They play a major role. So instances where there is much traffic and then sometimes you don't even get a vehicle, and then these Okada riders are the only means of transport. And it's when you take them, it's very easy. Like the time it would take for a vehicle to get there, if it should be say 1 hour, Okada rider can take maybe less than 40 minutes or maybe 35 minutes, and then you're at your destination. And this has been their call for so long that Okada should be legalized. And then talking about employment, these are something that 99% of the youth in Ghana find as a means of livelihoods. That is what they do to survive. That is what a lot of youth, especially the men, engage themselves in it. Most of them, those who ride the motorbike, it's not only for Okada. Some of them are delivery guys, and then they use this motorcycle in doing their businesses, and they are making a lot of money. So I feel like Okada being legalized is a good thing, but there should also be a law governing it. There should be rules that you are supposed to abide by. Rules that when you break, there will be punishments for you. Especially one is when there's traffic light, obey the traffic light. You don't go ahead of the traffic light because you are a motor rider and see, there is no need for you to stand. You should be there. I've seen instances where police need na motor rider na vehicle no. So you, the police officer, are even supposed to tell these people the right thing to do, and you're not doing it. So they've also seen that, well, it's normal. But imagine the laws are working, and the police takes you on, and then they fine you an amount of money to pay. You'll be very cautious. So legalizing Okada is very good. It's going to create employment for this youth, and in a way, it's going to level or bring down unemployment rate a bit, not too much, but then at least it will bring down unemployment rate. But the most important thing is there should be rules governing it. When you break that rules, you will be taken on, and that is one thing I've mentioned: obeying traffic lights. And two, as a rider, when you are taking a passenger, there should be a helmet for that passenger. It shouldn't only be you, the rider. Sometimes you take motor and then the what's the name? The motor rider will tell you that I only have the helmet, I don't have helmet for you. It doesn't make sense. Your safety is at risk. So your head, your head is not stone. No. It's like an egg. When it gets a bit of fault, that you won't survive. There are places that when it hits hard on the ground, you can't survive, and what has to do with your head. So helmets need the. So these are certain things that they have to ensure that if you want to be on the street as an Okada rider, you should make sure that you have helmet for your passenger, for yourself. Obey the simple rules, and then you are cool to go.
Right, Miss Regina, let me hear from you, please.
Very cool.
Okay, so Ms. Debbie has said a lot, and
Yeah. So with the legalization of Okada,
The Okada. He has fulfilled his promise.
yeah,
Yes.
and should I say overjoyed? Because we are all looking at the festive season, and looking at the festive season, transportation would be very, very, very hard to come by.
Yeah.
So now that Okada has been legalized, I think our transportation in and out would ease in a bit. And I think the Ghana Tourist Authority together with STC have collaborated to also make sure that our transportation, especially in the evening, it will be lessened, considering the fact, say this truck drivers and mates, they've collaborated that they will act like criminals, hardened criminals. They are hardened criminals, just that they don't have all the weapons to operate with. But these people are hardened criminals. I saw a video on social media where from Malam to Kaswa, these mates were taking 20 Ghana cedis, and you had no choice.
The last one I saw was 30 cedis.
30 cities out from Accra. From
That
Accra
is
to
so
No
Kansai.
choice. You take it. Ask Debbie. It happened to us, and we were very angry, but we had no choice than to.
And because
like
you want to
that.
get home.
Yes, and I think is it Deputy Minister for Transport or one person like that came out to say they should make sure that they stop the
Overpricing.
overpricing. But you've not put any sanction. The own fashion to you are just saying it just like that. So back to business. The Okada, we are happy that they've legalized it, but they also have a part to play. They have a role
Yes.
to play,
Yes.
as they be saying. The last time we took moto, no safety measures was put in place for us. No helmets, nothing.
Yes.
Yet so sa. Nyame mpengo ye konya accident akaye tinu be ho na adwini na epiepie.
Watermelon.
What are you saying?
Hey,
Instead of just placing into the blood of Jesus, you are just saying watermelon.
you see the human head is like watermelon.
Of course.
Once it pops out, then nyama obehuno. Yes, so they need to make sure that every motor rider has at least, even not one, 2 helmets to make sure that
Yeah.
once a passenger is on board, you hand it over to the passenger. It shouldn't be only you protecting yourself from danger. I saw a video. See, in as much as legalization of Okada has come, they need to be careful, because the videos, especially accident videos pertaining Okadas, is really something else.
Very
It's even
scary.
more dangerous than the normal
Yeah.
video.
And the
With
probability
what
that
you
you
do
survive to is
is
very
little.
Exactly.
is low.
Because
It's
you are
very
not
low.
shielded with
Yeah,
anything.
with anything.
Oh, ewiemu hu ya saa. So
Yeah.
they need to make sure that they follow all safety protocols, and also the traffic lights. The traffic light is there for a purpose, but omo feel some of them is slim atia donko, so they can pass through anywhere, every corner. Just recently, a video popped up. For that, I can't really confirm the country of that video. Say what Ghana how say free him foul. A tipper truck was making a U-turn, and Okada driver on the area move free no mukoboom.
Oh.
And the man died. The woman survived. Women will continue to survive. Women will continue to survive because say they always insult female drivers.
Yeah.
That they don't know anything, they'll be driving anyhow. But we need to be careful.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that these Okada drivers wouldn't make President John Dramani Mahama regret legalizing it.
Now MPP for Ambenya named dinner.
Oh, the traffic light there is very important. Say light are so red. Okada driver say, oh, not there. He can't wait.
And that is when the accident happens, because when it is red, that is when we, the pedestrian walkers,
also cross, and other side of the road also
Yes.
vehicles come
Oh,
from.
you don't baby a motor fear, when she put.
Motor accident so neya. Me say say no kwaye asenka.
Because
Yeah.
as they don't came in a car, boom, but moto.
It's so sad. It's a good news. Just as Miss Regina and Miss Debbie said, it's a good news, but the motor riders also have a part to play, and they make sure that they have to play that part diligently. Let's move to our news items for this morning. Pandai rerun threaten Ghana's democratic integrity, Baumia. Flag bearer hopeful of the new patriotic party, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, has raised serious concerns about the handling of the Pandai parliamentary election dispute, saying recent actions by state institutions risk undermining Ghana's democratic norms. Dr. Baumia was commenting on the Electoral Commission's decision to hold a rerun election in Pandai constituency on December 30th, 2025, following a High Court ruling that announced the 2024 parliamentary results and a subsequent declaration by Parliament that the seat was vacant. According to the NPP flag bearer hopeful, the sequence of events shows an indecent haste by the government and state bodies that deviate from established democratic practice. He highlighted that former MP Matthew Nyanda, whose election was annulled, has filed both an appeal and a judicial review of the High Court's decision, matters that are still pending before higher courts. If we proceed with a rerun while these legal processes are still active, we undermine our judicial system, Dr. Baumia said. We should pause and allow the court to conclude their processes before moving forward with a rerun. Dr. Baumia also compared the current situation to past election disputes involving other political figures such as Dan Abodakwi and Professor Dominic Ayeni in cases involving Jachi Kwesen, where actions were taken only after all legal avenues were exhausted. Why the rush now? He asks, stressing that such haste could erode public confidence in the fairness and consistency of Ghana's democratic institutions. He called on Parliament, the Electoral Commission, and other relevant bodies to respect legal proceedings and ensure that action on electoral matters are consistent and impartial. So that is coming from the NPP flag bearer hopeful for 2028 election, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. This Bandai people. He says that it's going to erode the integrity of Ghana's democracy. Do you see it as such? Because I believe, right.
Is it eroding Ghana's democracy? It is even promoting Ghana's democracy. Because I don't know who yesterday I was talking to in regards to this. I didn't know more attack Tamale High Courts. Why are they not attacking Tamale High Court? Tamale High Court give the ruling, and a High Court is, should I say, a valuable and respected institution. It wouldn't give a ruling which is not fair. And if you think the ruling is fair, you have the ruling is not fair. You have the right to appeal.
You can appeal for it.
Yeah. So they rerun the election. You can also go and rerun the issue in court again. So I don't know why they are making this thing seem like something which hasn't really happened before. Why did they also attribute the same thing to Ablekuma and not rerun? Rerun. Why didn't they say it's eroding Ghana's democracy? They want to make sure that everyone has a say. They want to make sure that everything comes out fairly. That is why they are rerunning it. Or they don't really understand democracy and what democracy stands for. Now, a High Court has given a ruling to make sure that everyone is satisfied with the result. Initially, the result was cancelled because of issues, because of cancellations, because of pink sheets and what have you. And now, they said, let's rerun it for just say, I am maintaining once in a bio city, I am rerunning now Obia Sumunjono. And they'll make sure that as they are rerunning it, the necessary and security protocols that are supposed to put in place to make sure that the election is free and fair become successful. Then you know that even if a corruption cause occur, this thing cannot be rigged. This election cannot be rigged. So it's like our leaders now don't understand democracy.
and they really need to do their background research on democracy and what Ghana stands for. If this election, had no issues, it had absolutely no issues, no loopholes anywhere, and we are rerunning the elections, that is where you can come in, say, oh, they are trying to do something. They are trying to do some lugu bi.
Oh, kululu.
Kululu. I'm saying lugu kululu. But Ghana, yesterday when I saw the video, I was like, I expected better from you. I expected better from him.
I wish he didn't even speak on
and the man himself, is it Matthew Nindam himself, went to sit on national television saying that the and National Democratic Congress orchestrated this just in favor of them. How can he say this? Me si say the many just you in hono. Oka bibi en nuke mana mesiu. But he say acquire politics. Politics, they have the right to say whatever they want.
Whatever they want to say.
Giving baseless accusations. But it's wrong. This has nothing to do with our democracy being eroded. It is rather promoting our democracy.
Because if I think I agree with you in a sense that it's rather promoting our democracy. An election was conducted and I feel I was cheated because the law gives me the right to go and look into the issue. So I sent an appeal to the courts. They looked into it. They saw that maybe it could be. So why don't we do it again? But what are they scared of? If indeed they want it genuinely, why do they think people will change their mind and then not vote for them again? Because it's you they want.
Abna say me wini, Anira Abna say me wini, Efi say me wini, and they've done reruns. See, say we've chosen a winner.
The people decide. The people decided.
See, say I would say democracy is being eroded. Brofu no.
Brofu also count.
Oh.
Brofu no, you can't be mixing big words without understanding. You're supposed to take one bite at a time and then ensure that whatever you're putting together correlates with each other.
But looking at the time that have been set by the EC to conduct this election,
December.
Do you think they are rushing with it?
They are not rational. Then they have to rush because that constituency cannot be left just like that. So they have to rush and then conduct a rerun. It is very, very necessary. They cannot do it like SARS. SARS, Central Kofi, Alupa Chalipe. It's got a time, when you're going to the voter region, before you get to Wohoi, and then its environs, we have Central Kofi, Lipe, and then Lolobi. All these people were not having representative. That was during the previous administration. And they kept on calling on them that they need a representative, and they had to almost SARS, that they need a representative for SARS. You didn't mind them. So we cannot leave these people just like that. They need a representative. So even if the election should be rerun today, they should understand it.
Because for how long is the issue going to be in court?
Yes.
That these people have to be waiting.
Because trust me, the MPP are not ready to understand themselves and then understand the fact that the election needs to be rerun, or the election within that constituency needs to be rerun. They are not going to understand it. So definitely the court has to give a directive and you're supposed to follow by that order. No matter how you drag the issue, the election will be rerun, and that is fine now. There is nothing you can do. So when it should give you a platform to talk about it, and then you end up saying that it will erode a democracy, and it wasn't eroding democracy. Because when you do this, when the election is being rerun and then they have a representative or the constituents themselves decide on who they want to vote for, it's rather preserving our democracy. Because what is democracy about? Is it kebi mamin kebi? Okay, bi na misu makebi. Okay, bi wia. Then nyakeka hunina no yaka bom na bom ampum to aba. You don't do what you feel like, and then you feel like it's going to preserve democracy. No, it's not going to preserve that. So I feel like what the vice president said it's not the right thing. It's not going to. For me, I feel like it's rather going to
former vice president.
I feel like it is rather going to preserve our democracy, because don't forget that all this thing counts. When you look at world ranking, and then they are ranking every country, they take note of all these things. Elections, erosion of elections, irregularities found during elections. They take note of all this to rank you. So you might feel like no one is watching, but they are watching. So
right,
it's not going to tarnish our democracy.
So on the same issue of Pandai, and this is actually coming from Election Watch Ghana. So Election Watch Ghana has raised serious concerns over the growing number of election reruns in the country, especially in the Mandai constituency. In a statement issued on Thursday, December 11th, the governance watchdog warned that repeated reruns are placing unnecessary financial pressure on the state, while weakening public trust in Ghana's electoral system. The organization said the reoccurring disputes and court-ordered reruns point to gaps in election management, emphasizing that the neutrality and professionalism of electoral officers are critical for ensuring credible polls. Election Watch Ghana is urging all political stakeholders, including the NPP and the NDC, to fully participate in the upcoming Mandai by-election, adding that broader participation is vital for transparency, accountability, and democratic growth. The group also challenged the Electoral Commission to strengthen its internal systems, strictly enforce electoral guidelines, and improve transparency to avoid future disputes that lead to expensive and avoidable reruns. The organization concluded by calling on citizens and institutions to support meaningful reforms that protect the integrity of elections and rebuild public confidence in Ghana's democracy. In a way, would you say that this is actually a mismanagement from the EC, that they didn't do their part of the job right? That is why we are where we are now.
Definitely, it is the EC we are going to blame, because we are to ensure that these things are not to happen. We are supposed to prevent these happenings that we are experiencing now. So we at the back cannot see, but you have the foresight to see that, well, something like this is happening, or something like this is going to happen. So how then do we prevent it? Because in every election, definitely there are going to be irregularities. Definitely there's going to be chaos somewhere. But you foresaw that. You know it's going to happen. So you're supposed to put things in place and ensure that it doesn't happen. So if we are seeing things like this after election, almost 1 year now, and we are still talking about rerun in a constituency that the constituent feels like they've been cheated, and then it means that who are we to blame? It's the EC, because you manage those affairs. You have to ensure that those things are not to happen. So if they are happening, you are the one we are going to blame. It means that the EC didn't do her work well. Herself and the management didn't do their work well. Because when they should do the work well, or they've done their work very well, I'm not sure we'll be here talking about rerun. No, we wouldn't. So all fingers pointing directly to the office of the EC and to the EC herself.
Miss Regina,
This doesn't need talking plenty. All the reruns, sorry, Mama Wankasa, all the reruns we've had, I don't want to use the word incompetent, but shows that the Electoral Commission as a board is lacking something. Because this is not the first time we are embarking on a rerun, neither is it the second time. Atwatwa so many times, and it's becoming as a broken record no. Yes, okasa bebra, okasa ye shin.
but in the previous administration, was there any rerun?
Oh yes.
In the previous administration, there was a rerun.
There was rerun. There was.
Yeah, so there was rerun. But on a more serious note, once acquire an institution, a dignified institution, people know that you are competent, people have faith in you. Now that is where eroding trust and democracy nana papane can muno. Because you're not giving the people the free will to you can say
vote for the people they want. Everyday problem. So ankoye pink sheet almost sisa bibi. Say ankoye doom so almost not doom so. Ankoye light of almost sisa results nibia. Something else. Now we know the tactics of these people. The last time I think during the 2024 elections in one constituency like that, I think they said at the end of the day, that was way back then, previous administration, Omutum lights, no, one person was leading, but the moment they turned off the lights, no, the person who was losing was rather leading. Just on my, so that particular time, that constitution, that was last year, constituency, almost sa lights, bobo, lamp, electric light and all that. On my charge you mufio. It's your doom lights and qua lights nisi so. It is a baby ana.
Wow.
I don't know what the EC is putting in place to make sure say that rigging of election is no longer there.
But I feel like this is actually something that the EC should know that this is bound to happen. So what are the plans or the measures they put in place just in case this thing happens? What will they do?
And you know, surprisingly, you have almost like, is it 3 years, 4 years to prepare for the election?
Exactly my
point. So you are
point.
trying to tell us that that time, that ample time you had was not good enough or was not enough for you. And D-Day, na your friend is in pressure foul. Na you say results are you say papers na you say Debbie, when Debbie went to report for, I think I saw say wages and McCarthy hifa. They were voting with another pink sheet.
Yeah, for a different polling station.
So those people, some more coffee, some more, they have to return to vote again.
For the other people, not for their.
Are we serious in this country?
Oh yes.
Ask again. Are we serious in this country?
A whole institution.
Electoral Commission of Ghana. Now we are calling for the scrubbing of the person there. Where some American say it's premature. It's becoming too much. Over who say though reruns and now it is giving room for criminals.
Oh yeah.
It is opening doors for criminals.
Yeah.
And we might think so we are promoting democracy. We are not.
And you should also tell us that the trust in the EC is no longer there.
It's no longer there.
We no longer
It's
have
fading
trust,
out.
yeah.
So
It's
if I
fading out.
really cry, now
gradually.
you say we really come. I said that be
President Mahama said to receive final Constitutional Review Committee report on December 22nd. President John Dramani Mahama has announced that the long-awaited final report from the Constitutional Review Committee will officially be submitted to him on December 22nd. The committee, chaired by Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh, has spent several months gathering views from citizens, institutions, civil society groups, and experts across the country on possible amendment to Ghana's 1992 Constitution. Speaking at the Jubilee House on Wednesday, December 10th, during a meeting with the National Peace Council, President Mahama revealed that the committee had already given him an early briefing about 3 weeks ago, outlining some of its key findings and recommendations. He said the upcoming report contains interesting proposals and assured the public that once he receives the final document, it will be made available to the nation for broader discussion. President Mahama also addressed ongoing public debates about religious rights in mission schools, especially concerned Muslim students. He emphasized that the country's education system must uphold respect for diversity and ensure that all students feel protected and treated fairly. He noted that existing agreements between the government and faith-based schools already contain provisions that allow students to accommodate students of different religious backgrounds. The president reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring that Ghana's educational and constitutional frameworks promote inclusion, tolerance, and equal rights for all. Right, how critical is the reform of the constitution? Because we keep saying that the constitution it needs amendments. How critical it is Mr. Gina?
Yeah, so it's very critical and it really needs amendments because looking at the 1992 Constitution, it's, I wouldn't say it lacks basic basis. Yeah, basis. But it's not really that strong, Madam Host. It's not really that strong. And it favors some people, it doesn't favor some people.
Yeah, true.
It looks like some people are higher than the Constitution itself. And it shouldn't be like that. Our laws are supposed to be respected by everyone, regardless of your party, regardless of your position, regardless of the power, the amount you have. You are not above the law. So our Constitution needs amendments. Dia unse unyama ma ye fina wu jina wu si na wo hata enubi also musi no musi ni ye pa no mu hata mu so was so the power zone guso na white they have to do it. They have to do it. And also I think in the Constitution we have a part where it has to that concentrate on gender. I think for that part, that is my worry. They have to also look into that because I thought that not gender, no, especially man, most of the time the Constitution really favors men over women, and it's bad. I don't really get the story, so I don't want to talk about it much. But I saw one person, either or MP and I said be talking about the Constitution. Chief Justice Bafo Boni, he said something in regards to gender, something, saying that it would be difficult to
I remember.
I didn't really, because when I just read the headline, I was pissed off. I didn't even bother to enter in. So they have to make sure that the Constitution also would favor women also and would favor men. It has to be equal. And also, some point, I don't know.
Miss Debbie.
Yes, the Constitution needs to be reviewed. Very, very necessary. Now, when you look at the Constitution, as she said, it looks as if, so let me use the arms of government for instance. It looks as if some arms of government have upper hand than the other. So let's take the executive. President, I'm just using this for example. The majority, which are the legislative, has given a directive that the OSP should be removed. That is the legislative making an appeal that the OSP should be removed. No matter how you put it, definitely there will be deliberation between the legislatives that has to do with the majority and the minority. Now, executive is telling you that the executive is not supposed to interfere in your business, although the executive has its role, and then you are working with the executive. But the executive shouldn't tell you or shouldn't have so much upper hand on the legislative, because the legislatives, they make the laws. It is parliament that makes the laws. So why do we have one arm having so much upper hand on the other? Let's take the court for instance. The court is supposed to be independent, but sometimes you have the legislative also intruding in the affairs of the court, which is also not supposed to be so. If the court is supposed to be independent, legislative, why will you be interfering in the issues of court? They're supposed to work on their own. So all these things are something that we need to look into it and ensure that they are well reviewed. And the ones we feel like because 1992 we are now in 21st century. There are certain things it will no longer favor, because although we have the Constitution, we are not even abiding by the Constitution. We don't abide by it. Let's be sincere by ourselves. We don't do as the Constitution states. We do outside what the Constitution doesn't say. That is what we do. So I feel like the Constitution there, it needs massive review and then like courts like this. What is all that? And the things like that to me, so all these things are things that are being put in the Constitution. When it has to do with the legislative side, you will see where court and all those things, you will see it. So I feel like it's about time we sit down, review the Constitution, take out what we feel like is not going to help us as a country, fix in what we think is going to help us, not in your favor, but in the favor of the people, because those who drafted the constitution drafted it in the favor of Ghanaians. But also I say it's in their favor, because say nipa na be drafted, it's in your near benefit or no I don't know better. Right. So I feel like this time around, if we will be drafting a constitution, review it shouldn't be only people in power. Obianka will be trader and some will be ordinary Ghanaian. Yes, you bring your view on board, because the country does not constitute of only workers or only politicians. It constitutes of both literate, illiterate, and everybody. And not because the person is illiterate into nyansa. So you get all these people on board, review it. Constitution,
they according to what I read, they included the stakeholders, institutions, and then all of that. So we are just hoping, waiting patiently for 22nd December, and let's see, what did they amend? What new did they bring? What did they take out? So once we get hold of that, we will update you. Thank you so much for joining us in the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Today in history, 1963, Kenya gained independence from the United Kingdom. Kenya was granted independence from British colonial rule in a ceremony at Nairobi's Independence Stadium. The Union Jack was lowered and Kenya's flag was raised for the first time, marking the birth of the Sovereign Republic of Kenya. Jomo Kenyatta became the nation's first prime minister. This date is now celebrated annually in Kenya as Jamhuri Day, a national holiday meaning Republic Day in Swahili. Death of Emperor Menelik II of Ethiopia, 1913. Emperor Menelik II of Ethiopia died in Addis Ababa. Menelik II was one of Ethiopia's most influential leaders. He expanded and unified the empire, modernized the country's infrastructure, and led Ethiopian forces to a major victory over Italy at the Battle of Adwa in 1896, a defining moment of African resistance to European colonization. 1979, Rhodesia returned to British rule. The unrecognized state of Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, formally reverted to British colonial status under the terms of the Lancaster House Agreement. The last internal government dissolved itself, and British Governor Lord Swemers assumed control. This transitional shift sets the stage for internationally recognized independence, which would follow in April 1980, when the nation became the Republic of Zimbabwe and the majority rule. Looking at some few observances, International Universal Health Coverage Day, recognized globally to raise awareness about the need for universal health coverage so that everyone, everywhere, can access quality health services without financial hardship. It was officially proclaimed by the United Nations and is backed by WHO advocacy efforts. Lastly, International Day of Neutrality, a United Nations designated day promoting the principles and value of neutrality in international relations, encouraging countries and institutions to adopt impartial approaches to help maintain peace and prevent conflict. And that's all for today on Today in History, some observances, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for today in history and some observances of the day. Up next, we have Debbie's Grill.
Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear of favor. Now, there is one national concern that everyone is getting fed up of, but trust me, no matter how fed up we are, we can never get tired because it's a national concern and it's a threat to us. And that has to do with Galamsey. The Chinese embassy in Ghana has renewed its call to help the government fight against illegal mining and to support the country's intensified effort to curb Galamsey. The assurance was given by Chinese ambassador to Ghana during a training workshop on green mining best practices for responsible reporting organized by the Ghana News Agency at Peduase on Thursday, December 11th. He stressed that both government and the wider public must adopt a far more resolute stance against Galamsey, warning that the problem will endure unless Ghana demonstrates collective seriousness in addressing it. He noted that sustained national commitment is essential if the country is to make meaningful progress in eliminating the environmental and social harm caused by Galamsey. The ambassador further appealed to the media to ensure fair and accurate coverage of Ghana-China relations. He cautioned against generalizing the actions of a small group of offenders to the entire Chinese community, emphasizing the need for responsible reporting that reflect the long-standing cooperation between two nations. Reaffirming China's readiness to partner with Ghana in advancing sustainable mining practices, he also highlighted the need for all foreigners national adhering to the law. The embassy underscored China's continued commitment to responsible environmental stewardship in collaboration with Ghana to safeguard natural resources from further destruction. So this is coming from China ambassador to Ghana. You see, this is what happens when you allow a foreigner into your country. You allow them mind or take what belongs to you. You give them that go ahead to take what does not belong to them, not in the right way but in the wrong way. After they are satisfied, they will now come back and tell you what to do. They will tell you the right thing to do. They will tell you that you didn't do the right thing. This is how you are supposed to go about it, and this is what you're supposed to do. Now China is telling Ghana that we need to put all seriousness in fighting Galamsey. Yes, they are right. They are right in saying that we need to put all seriousness in fighting Galamsey, because we are not serious. If we are serious as a country, a Chinese will not leave his country, come to Ghana, mine, and after he's being caught, the only punishment you can give him is deport him to go back to his country and be dealt with by his government. If not for Ghana, where will you see this? Where will you see this? A Chinese foreigner had his way into the country, not to engage in any meaningful work, to destroy your forest reserves, to destroy your water bodies, just for a piece of gold. And then after you've gotten hold of them, you allow them to go. Tell me, if a Ghanaian should go to China and misbehave, tell me whether their president will allow him or her to go scot-free and then issue a report to President Mahama, telling President Mahama that we are deporting your people, prosecute them in the country. Tell me whether that is going to happen. They will first of all deal with you in the country there. They will not allow you to go scot-free, because they have laws governing their natural reserves. But when you come to Ghana, there is no law backing it. And that is why they will tell you are not serious. If you are being serious, you will deal with them, but you are not serious. And it's true, we are not. We are playing with Galamsey. And it's serious. It's serious because when it comes hitting hard, we are going to face it them more. These Chinese will go back to their country. They will go and live and enjoy the serene environment they have once they've destroyed ours. Recently, 9 months have arrested, I think, 10 or 11 of them in the forest. What are they doing there? Who gave them the permit into our forest reserves? Who did that? Yes. That is why they'll get the coverage, the boldness, and they tell you in the face that you are not serious. You're not serious. That's what Jack Crown my money for here. Your panel. I don't know you're serious. Your panel and the this is my own proverb. What Jack Crown my money for here. Your panel and the bayo. And that is what we see. You allow these people in, and then you give them the chance to do whatever they want to do. So at the end of it, at the end of the day, they will see you to be unserious. They'll see you to be unserious because, one, you don't even take what you are doing seriously. We are so much interested in bringing out laws and then fighting Galamsey on paper. We only fight Galamsey on paper, not on grounds. We don't do it. And that is why these people, they have the courage to do or tell you what they want to do. And you cannot sit at your home and tell me that they are wrong. They are not wrong. They are right. What the ambassador for China in Ghana is saying is right. We are not serious as a country. We've lost 8 gallant men because of Galamsey. Not to talk about the innocent souls that died because they are not prominent. And we think that is a joke. We think that is a joke. You know, sometimes we get fed up because we feel like whatever we say, they don't want to even listen. And even if they listen, they don't want to work towards it. So when are we going to realize that this thing called Galamsey is a killer? Galamsey is more than HIV/AIDS. You drink water every day. Use water in bathing. Use water in cooking. And imagine water that you use in cooking is being polluted. Not just being polluted, but polluted with chemicals. Chemicals that causes deformities. Chemicals that distort the organs in your body. And then we think it's a joke. We see it to be normal. And the most painful aspect of it is we politicizing Galamsey. Oh, Party A came and they couldn't do it. Party B came, they couldn't do it. And so that is why we voted for you. That is why we gave you the nod. So you should fulfill that. So we fight Galamsey. We are supposed to do away with politics. If we want to buttress this Galamsey issue with politics, who came, the party that came into power and was not able to do what he was supposed to do. When we want to do all that, there is no way we are going to fight Galamsey. We'll keep on talking about this issue, and then we'll see no result about that. And don't forget that the leaders, they have the money. They have what it takes. They've already amassed war for themselves. They can go out of the country anytime. But you listening to me, do you have that money to travel as they do? If we are supposed to import water and be buying pure water to bath, can you purchase it for a week? Even when you buy pure water, a bag of pure water to drink in a week, sometimes 2 days cannot wasano. Then imagine our waters are being polluted and you are supposed to be buying water to bath, buying water to wash. Can you afford it? Can you afford it? That should be a question to ask yourself. Sit down, reflect on it. If you can afford it, then help them destroy the environment. But if you know you cannot afford it, then advise yourself. Because this is a national concern. I don't know why we are not treating this issue with the needed attention and seriousness. We are not. We are not doing it. And I'm sure by now, the 8 people who died because of this Galamsey have regretted. Yes. And I know they've regretted for taking such a steps. And if God should give them a second chance, they will not even get closer to that. They won't. Because we are reluctant. We are not even putting in much effort to show that we are doing our best. And I'm fine. No. You deport foreigners, especially Chinese foreigner. You deport them, that they should go to your country. They will deal with you there. If not Ghana, where will you see this? Where will you see this? That I go to a country and I misbehave, and then they will tell me to come to my country for them to deal with me. And see that. They will deal with you there. You will face the law. So long as you are there, you will face the law. They won't just allow you like that. Or our leaders should talk to us. Or is there a contract between them and the Chinese people and NIM? Because it doesn't add up. I don't hear. They can just wake up any day and then tell you that you are not being serious with fighting Galamsey, so next time take action, but they are ready to support you. This Chinese embassy and the ambassador, they've been in this country for so long. But what is their opinion? And it is a concern they are also raising on board, that they do not support their people, what they are doing. And that we are not serious with the fight. It is very, very, very painful for an outsider to come and tell you that you are not serious. Very, very painful for an outsider to tell you that what you are doing, thinking that you are doing something very good, something very great, to fight a canker. And now an outsider walking and telling that you are being unserious with what you are doing. It's an insult. And it tells you that you are not serious, number one. Yes, the person has confirmed it. That you are being unserious. Because if you are serious, Galamsey fight even if we should have 2 people that are mining legally, let's maintain them. If there's 3 people that are mining legally, let's maintain them. And do away with the rest. Because they are not helping us. You see, we keep on saying this, and sometimes you hear it in your ears like jingle bell. Yes, keep hearing it like that. When it starts to bear fruit, we will all have a taste of it. Because we've seen the signs, and then we are refusing to work towards that. And it's very hurting. So just as they said, let's be serious for once. And let's fight it. Let's win the fight against Galamsey. We are not the only country that have gold. But why is it that we are the only country on the map leading in Galamsey, in destroying our forest reserves? Why? This should be something that when you wake up in the morning, you should ask yourself. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Girl.
Thank you so much for making time with us on Debbie's Girl. And thank you too for making time with us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly, and right after the news, we'll be coming up with the main discussion. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it's just a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, Institute of Economic Affairs criticize MIF's lithium deal, urges Ghana to take full ownership of 172 billion resources. EduWatch records massive teacher shortages in rural communities. Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics calls for stricter school food regulations amid rising childhood overnutrition. Women Health Advocates launches 3,030 largest female health screening campaign. Residents of Krambo Chrome cry over deplorable classroom blocks. President Mahama faces pushback over Office of Special Prosecutor repeal bill. These and many more coming up shortly in business, sports, and showbiz. The Institute of Economic Affairs has criticized the Mineral Income Investment Fund for a 30 million payment to Atlantic Lithium and plans for another 60 million. The Institute of Economic Affairs founder Dr. Charles Mensah argues that Ghana should pursue full ownership of its lithium resources valued at 172 billion to maximize national benefit. The Institute of Economic Affairs recommends establishing a state-owned Ghana Lithium Company to lead the exploitation, processing and value addition of lithium. They urge Parliament to halt the ratification of the revised lithium agreement, citing concern over the 10% royalty, which allegedly breaches Minerals and Mining Amendment.
Now, here's a guy coming from Australia. Says, I have a huge company. I want you to give me this 172 billion worth of an asset, and you give the person $30 million to do. I call it seed money. You don't call it seed money. But go to MIF, go to their website. It's there. They've given $30 million to them. They're about to give another 60 to them. Now, who is the investor? Who is the investor? Isn't it the guy who is giving the $30 million to start with? That's what was given to them. Now, the other, MIF is Minerals Income Investment Fund owned by Ghana government. That's the Ghana government. So it's Ghana government money. Now, if you are giving that $30 million to a local, the foremost mining company in this country here is ENP. That's the foremost. They are mining in Liberia, Sierra Leone. They are mining for Ashanti Gold Fields. They are mining for the Chinese. They are mining for the Europeans. They are mining for everybody. Then why don't you help them to mine this one? Put everything aside. If you can find a local, there's another local woman also mining here. She's mining gold in Tarkwa. Why don't we help them to mine? Why don't we grow our people? Let's grow our people. And when they make money, they will spend their money here. That's it. It's a very simple thing. We have been given licenses or concessions to European, American, and foreign companies over the years, the past 60 years. And we are not benefiting from them. Go to Obuasi. You have to be wicked to say we should do the same thing again for the people of Ewoya.
Ghana is grappling with a severe teacher shortages in rural areas, with 1.2 million children currently out of school. Executive Director of EduWatch, Kofi Asari, is calling on the government to begin 2026 recruitment of teachers to address dropout rate in public schools across the country. The shortage is most pronounced in rural areas, with 68% of vacancies concentrated there. According to him, Ghana has enough trained teachers, but bureaucratic delays and lack of financial clearance hinders recruitment.
Government has a key role to play. Government role is to ensure that there's a school that has a teacher and teaching and learning resources that is able to attract and retain learners whose parents are interested in enrolling them. But there's the biggest challenge. That in some schools there's only one teacher, in others you don't have a teacher at all. The primary school, we have severe teacher deficits in the 20 northern district that we surveyed, and the fact that we collected this data in March and in September government didn't recruit teachers as it normally does means that the situation is going to be worse as we have entered a new academic year. That is why it's important that the government hires teachers in the first quarter of 2026 and deploy them to underserved districts like Busanov, like Bushegu, like Nabdam. We want to appeal to the Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Finance. It's important that the Ghana School Feeding Program be extended beyond primary school to junior high school. The situation we have on our hands is that we are seeing significant retention levels in primary school, very encouraging retention levels. As children move towards junior high school, we see that the out-of-school children situation keeps worsening. More and more numbers enter the out-of-school bracket. Why? Because in these communities, the level of poverty alone will make children who are not having access to one hot meal a day in junior high schools drop out. You know, in communities like in districts like Tatale Sanguli, for instance, we realize that there's a high rate of dropout between primary 6 and junior high school 1, and mainly because of poverty and the lack of junior high.
The Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is advocating for mandatory national policies to regulate school food in response to the growing concerns of childhood overnutrition. Professor Kingsley Perako, a prominent figure in the academy, stressed the need for clearer labeling on healthy food taxes and meal standards to combat the challenge. Meanwhile, studies have shown that adolescents consume high amounts of sugary drinks and unhealthy foods, contributing to rising obesity rate. To address this, they recommend implementing front of package cautioning labels, restricting unhealthy food marketing, and promoting healthy food options in schools. The Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics believes these measures will help reduce childhood overnutrition.
Look at that concerning the growing data that shows an increasing burden of overnutrition and its implication on health. Importantly, also the fact that we are having rising NCDs in the country tells us something that we need to step in as early as we can to arrest this situation. Of course, what is important is that early nutrition leads to some of these latter life problems. Targeting our children is one way we can make the problem in the back early enough than to watch it affect us. The cost of addressing these problems are also very high. and it weighs much on our national purse as a nation. We also have challenges with facilities, with specialists, and all that who can help improve our health. So why don't we solve this problem? And one way of doing that is to address some of these issues in our states. Importantly, also, what we are calling for are mandatory policies, not voluntary policies that is currently the practice in most of the food labeling policies that we have globally and even in our down areas. Yes, FDA is doing much, but there are other policy bundles that can reinforce what is being done at the moment. And currently, I know Ghana is looking at issues of front of pack or maybe more fiscal policies like the taxation on unhealthy foods, and that as well as the issues of market restriction policies, and then food labeling policies. And these are all not exhaustive enough to solve all our problems, but it is something that is worth doing now to save the current situation that we find ourselves in.
Residents of Krambokrom are calling for urgent action to their dilapidated classroom blocks. The community located in the Krofom district had received a new 3-unit classroom block in April 2021, replacing old structure deemed as a death trap. They appeal for assistance in constructing teachers' quarters to attract and retain educators.
I am Dr. Ifia Ajinsam Amponsam, a physician, a daughter, a mother, and a friend. Every physician carries memories that never fade. For me, some of the hardest memories have been walking toward a family, waiting for hope, only to deliver the words of
we are born so essential and so yes, a buying present any Minister of Education. So on my mind, no say school dance my school and things and so had a pop. I just say, yes, editing so better to me, Banya, and I will has in the same thing. Yes, now I may say school and my yes, school day, senior into one bed, you know, the same day. I didn't know the sitting signs, yes, now I'm not it's from 1 to from 3, teaching back and all I say. No, today the amount on the crowd bread. Rome, so our sound so high, has great students in it. The rabbi so promoted teachers. And I'm the school dining to teachers and bar no more than Janisa. Umbamu Janitors, and so all my teachers from Lassie. Your bus credit, media hosa. Your cram, see a baby's your crown pie bar one day, one subject penny to the teacher need free, they just have call from tour or call on me a summer break or call from tour, wapon, young to your rabbi. One more with teachers, your sounds in your school dine. Your school, dear, you so tired, honey saying, and so tired from call a so honor and so many tire samba, tears rabbi, pie, Timukra near young she, yes, true, sir, and from my for credit in your boy, so. Yes, Rabbi, many Minister of Education, so on the boy.
I am no credit after communication. I am no credit because last 2 years in I met 2 and I'm on far, sir, network a problem. Even though young in the network, I will be the same. I just come a crown and a crown, my almost 7,000. I'm a Nipano or Bande or Chinasa as at now. Young Mammy, Emirankuma, Honorable Emirankuma by, and I made it 2 and you know, Nipano contact now. No, be weak in a Nipano frame. Now, I say, young Mammy, Emirankuma, and then Akasa. Busua, or 2 1 among TM, Yadis, Nesse, or more, and 2 Sanamono. Young Mammy, Emirankuma, say what in the voice are best friend. On one and after I make us a Kramokrum here. A young passer, Sana Mono with 2 messages on Koswana, Tuna, and intent of my na or meeting the network in my because I no crime, my teachers never hano, because a network will honor and one family say where grass, the old person will be any school will be a corner network until Wadauma.
Parliament is witnessing a heated debate over a private member's bill seeking to repeal the Office of the Special Prosecutors Act. This was after President Mahama requested the withdrawal of the bill. However, First Deputy Minority Chief Whip Habib Idrisu has pushed back at the directives of the President. According to him, the executive has no authority to dictate parliamentary proceedings.
Mr. Speaker, because of the inadequate releases of Parliament and the executive want to control Parliament, now the President is dictating to members of Parliament. When the majority chief whip and the majority leader file or intend to file a private member's bill, the President is telling them to reduce it. Why? Their oversight, their rule as members of Parliament. Because of what? To withdraw. We have the official letter from the Presidency to the members of Parliament. But he has instructed that you should withdraw it, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the executive have no authority to dictate what happened in Parliament, Mr. Speaker.
In business, the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana is urging the government to accelerate much-needed trade facilitation reforms, particularly at the country's port and land borders, to further reduce the cost of doing business and enhance Ghana's regional competitiveness. According to the association, Ghana's trading environment still faces challenges in cumbersome clearance proceedings, excessive bureaucracy and limited transparency issues that continue to hinder efficiency despite recent policy improvement. The group is therefore calling for streamlined processes, improved port operations and stronger coordination among border agencies. The IEAG's renewed advocacy comes as it welcomes President Mohammed's approval of the COVID-19 Health Recovery Levy Repeal Act 2025. The move abolishes the 1% levy, which has contributed to higher trading costs since its introduction in 2021. The cancellation, which takes effect in January 2026, is expected to ease financial pressures on the importers and exporters. The association also praised the government for fulfilling its pledge to remove both the COVID-19 levy and the e-levy, two taxes it says have long undermined business efficiency, cash flow and overall trade competitiveness. In addition, the Exporters and Importers Association of Ghana commended the downward revision of the value-added tax rate from 21.9% to 20%, describing it as a policy shift that will lower production costs, influence pricing positively, and reduce cost of clearing goods. The group further welcomed the recent stabilization of the Ghana cedi, noting that it has strengthened business confidence and improved predictability for traders. Despite these gains, the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana is advocating further reforms, including the reintegration of the GET Fund and the NHIS levies into the main VAT structure. The separation of this levy since 2018, they argued, has complicated compliance and increased the tax burden on businesses. A single composite VAT rate, they said, will simplify administration and bring greater clarity. The association also recommended a review of the 2% special import levy, expressing hope that it will eventually be scrapped as part of the government's broader strategy to lower the cost of doing business. The Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana reaffirmed its readiness to work with the government and key institutions to build a more predictable, efficient and business-friendly trading environment that supports the growth of the wider Ghanaian economy. To sports, Ghanaian supporters hoping to cheer the Black Stars of the Ghana at the 2026 FIFA World Cup would need at least $140 for a match ticket, according to prices released by FIFA on Thursday 11th. The minimum price applies to Ghana's opening Group L fixture against Panama on 17th June, with Category 3 tickets set at $140. For Ghana's second group match against England on 23rd June, ticket prices prices rise sharply, with the most affordable category 3 tickets costing $220. The Black Stars final group game against Croatia on 27th June is priced between $180 and $500 depending on the ticket category. Ghana will be making a 5th World Cup appearance at the global tournament when the competition kicks off next year from June 11th to July 19th. In showbiz, the Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Art, Ablajifa Gomashi, has spoken about how the mentorship of celebrated actress Mame Dokono and the late former First Lady Nana Kunedu Agyemang-Rawlings played a defining role in her life. Speaking in an interview, the minister revealed how it all happened. She added that the former First Lady was a strong influence in her life. Gomashi stressed that her core values were formed long before politics. I was created to be bold and principled, she said, attributing this trait to her upgrading as a Ghan woman raised by Catholic parents in Burma camp. Discipline, punctuality and respect were compulsory in her home. She recalled a childhood incident that stayed with her. Although her father rarely resorted to physical punishment, she remembered his reaction clearly. Reflecting on her creative beginning, Gomashi said, I studied creative art in secondary school and I was a very good dancer. The arts were my first love. She recounted how life later took her to Ethiopia with her late husband, living there where he served as Ghana's defense attaché, broadening her cultural perspective and shaping how she views the creative sector. A major turning point in her political journey came when she discovered the absence of women representation from a part of the Volta region. According to her, that revelation motivated her to run for office. She decided to challenge that barrier. Her eventual victory, she noted, has since encouraged many. And that's how we wrap up on the morning news broadcast. Do well to log on to all streaming platforms at Ghana Talks Radio for more news updates. I am Deborah Adoso. Good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials. From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
morning to us once again. We are back on your screen to dive into some major news items with my lovely ladies, Mr. Beatos and Miss Regina Bless. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, Miss Regina?
I'm good. You?
Yeah, I'm fine too. Hope all is well.
By grace.
Oh, you're hungry? Breakfast? What do you want for breakfast?
Tea.
Tea and what?
The English breakfast set.
So sandwich. So you want it with some sausages, baked beans, scrambled eggs, or you want the fried one? Not you want a toasted bread with some veggies and tea. The tea, how do you like it? Do you want it with warm water, or you want them to use the milk as water?
The milk as water.
The milk.
Yeah, because rich auntie things. We don't do in here for things here.
All right, producer. You heard that. My guest wants to take English breakfast.
Hey.
Miss Debbie. Now on swear.
For breakfast.
Obedi then.
This morning I don't really have anything to eat.
Hey, you of all people.
Eh?
And now Coco Nikosi.
No. This morning, dear.
Gobe.
I told me fever so.
Oh, you don't have appetite.
I told me fever so.
Oh.
It's not I don't have appetite too. The Coco Nikosa told me fever so. Don't get it. I don't feel like taking it this morning.
So
okay.
Gobe.
Without then I'll go for wachi.
Wachi with some soft willy. That one, use your hands to eat it.
No, with the sausage.
Wachi and sausage, no lie. Right. Hey, let's dive into the major news items. By the time we'll be done, producer will have the food ready.
Which producer?
Oh, I said producer. Don't worry. Walk by faith and not by sight. Right. Rising chieftaincy ethnic conflict and major headache. And this is coming from His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. President John Dramani Mahama has raised serious concerns about the rising number of ethnic, land, and chieftaincy related conflicts across the country, describing the situation as a major headache for his administration. Speaking at a meeting with the National Peace Council at the Jubilee House on Wednesday, the president said the increasing tensions were exerting significant pressure on national security agencies deployed to keep the peace in volatile areas. President Mahama explained that many of the disputes stem from deep-rooted disagreements over chieftaincy, ethnicity, and land, cautioning that their spread poses a threat to national stability. He noted that long-term deployments have stretched security personnel thin in several conflict zones. The president has called on the National Peace Council to intensify mediation and conflict resolution efforts to help restore peace in affected communities. That is why we need to resort to the Peace Council to be able to carry out its mandate, he appealed. This is coming from President John Dramani Mahama. I think that has to do with Bokotu and also chieftaincy, land, any idea, and is it Bole or Swale? One of them, if I'm not mistaken. That one also, people had to run to Cote d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso for refuge because there were disputes there. And President John Dramani Mahama is saying that it's becoming unbecoming and it has become a headache. Chieftaincy, please solve your issues. You are stretching the police deployed to those areas. So please, this is what President John Dramani Mahama is saying. Miss Eugenia, what can you say to that? Why are you laughing? Magba.
It's good you know yourself, Marlet.
Rising chieftaincy.
Yeah, it's becoming a major
ethnic
headache.
Conflict and major headache. This is more than a major headache because we don't want it to turn out to be
a case. We don't want it to turn out to be a case of national concern. Yes. And looking at what is happening in Nigeria as it stands now, and looking at what is happening in some part of the Ghanaian region or nation or community, I feel like this would open room for this Nigerian bandit to come into Ghana. I don't know if you've seen some of the circulating videos of one particular TikTok page and one guy dressed in bandit with his eyes so red to the point that he's brandishing weapons and gun on social media. And on top of the video, he has captioned it, "Coming to Ghana soon." And when you go under the comment section, you can see say Ghana fire wild. Or some of them shadi. But we might take it as a joke, but it is becoming serious. One say a crow beton now. Now when treat a crony, it opens up for more parasites to come in. And this terrorists can use what is happening in this local communities as a yardstick to come into Ghana to do what they want to do. So we beg. The rising chieftaincy and ethnic conflicts, we don't know what is happening. Now, I feel say if you are not the right person to inherit this title, if you're not the right person to inherit this land, if you're not the right person to talk about this, don't near it. Boko Asante Hene had to come in before peace would be restored. And looking at the other communities, as you were saying, some communities went to the, as far as moving to other neighboring communities. We've seen and we've known Ghana to be a safe haven for even strangers to come in. If the people in that same community are not safe, how much more other people who are coming into the country? This is the only country we know. We only have one Ghana. We don't have any other Ghana anywhere. Say, I mean, penguin to Cassisia, me ni baby, or mom beko, Ohio beko. Me, I don't have anywhere to go. Even Volta is not even safe because Volta and this
Volta is almost close to the north.
Exactly. And in Toko, hey, no me do Volta per son. And I just all call runs your name. So we beg.
But the issue of chieftaincy is becoming unbecoming.
Oh,
it's becoming unbecoming.
Any brain so can any brain.
Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so I think it's a major concern that it needs to be looked into properly. Conflict, as we see it, you might think that, well, I don't live in that community, but it's affecting all of us. They are part of Ghana. Boku is part of Ghana. So if something is going on in Boku right now and the people don't have peace of mind, automatically it will affect the whole country. We will feel your pain, and yes, we will, but trust me, the government will feel it much, will feel the heat much, just as President Mahama is stating. They have to deploy people. And you see, sometimes it baffles me because I feel like these people do not sit down to think it through before they take an act. Why should you be fighting over something that have taken like decades, and then in 21st century you are still fighting on it? You are not even thinking about the development of the community. You are not even thinking about the well-being of the people of the community. You are bringing conflict in Boku right now. Everything is distorted. As an investor, I'm not going there.
Oh no.
As a planner, I won't even go there. To develop what? I won't do it because I know my business is not going to hold. And students are being displaced. If I should be posted in Boku, I'll find, even if it is a day school in my area, I will attend it than to go to Boku because I know it is not safe. So these are things that those engaged in it should put it at the back of their mind. Even if it is alleged that some people are behind it and they are the one pushing you to take that note, have it at the back of your mind that at the end of it, it's going to delay development and it's going to affect you. If Baku should expand right now, everybody would like to go to Baku, just like everybody wants to come to Accra.
Yeah.
Imagine there is conflict here, you cannot see it, you cannot sleep. Who will come to Accra, even though it's a capital town? But no one would like to come here. So that is the same thing. Not only in Baku, there is, I think, is it Solar Kauba?
Yeah.
Where the people have to travel, I think, to one of the neighboring Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah, as refugees.
As refugees. And this actually paved a way for terrorists to have their way into the country. So conflict, when we talk of a country being very chaos, it stems from conflict. That is where it starts from. In Kakra, you don't take it serious and then it explodes and then becomes something very big. So all that we are saying is that conflict is no good. And I was very happy when I saw Asantehene trying to bring like calm, bring peace between these two ethnic people. We need peace. That is what we want. We want peace. And even if there are people behind that, you, the constituent in that community, should reason enough and should know that these people do not need your welfare because they are in Accra and they are giving you a directive whilst they are destroying what is going on in your community. So I feel like, yes, it's a national concern. We need to look into it.
It's a national concern and we need to look into it. Miss Regina, any last words, please?
Hey, Asemo, Madam Host. Oh, no. You're just being on my case. I know it. Okay, so my last words, it's a Friday, and we all should go out and enjoy peacefully. Watch what you drink, and be careful.
Right. Thank you so much for joining me right here on the Just By the Ways. We are going for a quick commercial break. We'll be back with the main discussion.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
GhanaTalks Radio ɛwɔ UK abrɛkyimɛmu ɛna afroman Ghana mu ha ɛde sound system mekyerɛ spinning machine papa ɛfiri amanane aba begu ɔman Ghana mu ha enti sɛ woyɛ ayie woyɛ engagement woyɛ wedding woyɛ birthday party political parties a moyɛ rally sɛ moyɛ asɔre a moyɛ crusade so we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boa sound in the moon at the dia any may come for GTR sounds at the amount. Your live band and so I will tone sa at the frame ya beat me ababe boa. Ama would you media woody and so at me I come up. Yawa enkan pumpuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe and a yebutu odian said obefre and penny4 was 0546960510 GTR sounds a more de angaza.
What What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. You're welcome to the second segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. And then right here, we will be discussing national issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. And as you know it, on this particular segment, we bring along knowledgeable guests who are going to share their informed perspectives and opinions on the issues on board. And I must say that this morning we're elated to have in a studio two gentlemen, brilliant gentlemen from the two trending political parties, the NPP and then the NDC. And they are both good cooks. I mean, they like to cook each other a lot. So right here this morning, they'll be cooking a very fantastic breakfast meal for all of us. You can join in the conversation by logging on to our YouTube. We are streaming live on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, on X at Ghana Talks Radio, and on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio. You can send in your comments, join in the conversation. Let's get interactive, and I promise I will read it. Yeah. So joining us this morning in the studio is Mr. Enoch, and who is the NPP communications communicator, and then we have Prince Kuma. Prodigal, will I say prodigal son? who is a member of the NDC communications team as well. Good morning and welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Good morning, Mr. Enoch.
Good morning.
I see the way you are so calm, relaxed, seated. Will it continue like that?
Well, I'm always calm. I'm always calm.
You're always calm.
Oh, yes.
And I say, if they start cooking, you also cook your meal.
Oh, you don't cook.
You don't.
My senior is here.
So who is a great cook when it comes to the two of you?
Great cook.
Yes.
As in cooking.
In terms of cooking national issues.
Oh, they are now providing 133 for the people. Hey. I just came from my evening shift.
You are very controversial.
My brother. Today they've provided jobs for it. I think every youth. But you see,
let me greet Prince first. Then you come
for my brother.
Then you come with your allegations again. Prince.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Where have you been?
I've been around. Just that some things have kept me off, and we started our national service, so I needed to sort some things out.
It's Kanapa.
National service, okay.
Oh.
Something
so
like you has taken all the money away. Where are you going to get the money from? Please.
You've already started cooking. You see the way Enoch is looking at you.
You are fully aware that national service, of course, I mean, beyond a gift to our national services, I think you have been paid 715 or so. So it's not really something huge. It's just to sustain you. Yeah. Most of the national service personnel, you cannot even take care of your transportation for the whole month.
Yeah.
So we are actually serving Ampa. It's indeed a
my
national
brother
service.
should be telling their person at the national service there that they should do the right thing.
What are they doing wrong?
Their work, to be honest, is very poor, if you agree with me.
Why?
Today they want to end Regina Valley. I heard they've even extended it today. But a whole number of people have still not been posted.
Oh.
People have gone to where they've been posted and they have been told it's full. And they are stranded, and you are saying you want to end registration today.
So what happens to the rest of the people?
I cannot tell, saying they should wait for next year. So you see, the people you are criticizing today that they spend money were in the office, and they did excellently well when it came to postings and the rest. But today you are there. Look how they are feeling. And you know what pains me? Yesterday I was speaking with some guys who did very active work for the NDC when they were in opposition to come to power, and up till now they do not have any place to do their service, common service. And national service. They've moved from one company to the other, reposting letters, and some have even gotten reposting letters to go to the office. That please, this company says they can't pick me, repost me to a different place, and it's about 3 weeks now. Their dashboard are still not changed, and you are saying you are ending registration. They should wait for next year. So we'll tell the National Service as how do you call it, Director General. Yes, Anya Obibe and the Director General, that she should be up to tax and ensure that every single individual who has to do the service this year is posted and has registered and has gotten a place. And rather than doing this hasty and let me say poor work at the office, there, it is very bad. 715 no coordination, so sounds stressing. It is not one of the best. And their NDC full soldiers are in and they are ready to do service. Post them. Kanya ba papa ba. Musa ba papa ba. Give them work to do. They will come and speak on radio, go to hostels and campaign. They want place to do national service. We are stressing them. We beg them. This one they enyefe. And it's not good. It's not one of the best.
Prince, what can you say to that? Is it true?
I
For once, you agree with him.
It's not like I agree, but I think there's an iota of truth in what he's saying.
He's saying.
There are a couple of guys that I saw, looking out for a place to do their national service. I've encountered a similar challenge, and there's something I believe they are fully aware of.
They are fully aware.
I mean, beyond my party, they are equally Ghanaians. Whether you're a party member or whatever, you're a Ghanaian. I think that every Ghanaian should be respected. If I'm posted to a company, and the company claims that the place is full, and for that matter, I need to repost it, and I go to National Service Headquarters or any of their offices, I think they should be able to do the needful by reposting me to the institution I want. I have a sister that got posted just last 2 weeks. The stress she has to go through. So, to some extent, I agree with him.
Agree with me fully.
I agree with him.
He says to some extent.
Let's put them on the toast to do that.
And with the party, I'll end here. I just believe that going forward, we will do it on time and make sure that most of our party people to respect it. One of the convincing points when they go to our tertiary institutions, 14 is that we will help you with national service, and they are not asking for anything big. They're not asking for money. All that they want, I want this place, post me there.
Just post me
now,
there.
should I go there and they reject you? That's not your business. That's not your problem. If I say I want Ghana gas and you post me there and I go, they tell me that we don't want it here. You have fulfilled your part by posting me there. So I think that is something I will plead with our leadership to look at, because if you don't do that, then we are on the verge of collapsing in our various tertiary campuses.
Oh, but if an NDC team member says he wants Ghana gas, and you only post there and you cannot ensure that they endorse for him national service,
it's just an
then you are being wicked.
I think it's just an instance you made.
Then you are being wicked.
Relax.
It's just an instance.
Then let's go and tell NDC that.
Please relax. Please. The mere fact of supporting you to some extent does not mean you can take advantage of that. Look, when it comes to posting someone to an institution, that institution have an HR policy, reserve their right as a number of people they can take. You cannot dictate to me by reason of you being a director, I should take this number of people. If I'm going to Bost Energy have a number they want to take. If they want 40, they want 40. If you post 60 people there, we cannot take the 60. It's simple as that. What I'm asking is that please. Bost Energy, they pay the national service. It's not government.
It's not government.
When it comes to national service, it's not just about being. That's why they like NAPCO. All that they are good at is put people there, whether they are working or not. Every company, you need to look at your staff strength. How many national service personnel will be efficient and effective here? And that's what you report on. So if you are a Ministry of Education, I will need about 100 or 20 of them. You don't just bring national service personnel and they come and sit down because they don't even have offices to work at. So if it's Ministry of Education I want, my only problem is, and I want maybe Bost, whether it's GMPC, post me there. As for being a matter of endorsement, leave it with the company. But please, you cannot. Director General cannot go after one company. I'm
not talking about Director General. I'm talking about your NDC CEOs and the appointees who will send them to the offices. What are they doing? So today he's telling his state members that once national service has helped them as NDC members to post them there, they should go and fight for the endorsement. That is what my brother is saying.
That's what you can do.
But you see, these people work for you. Why didn't you tell them before the election that, my brother, when we win election, we cannot help you at Bost for national service. We cannot help you at GMP.
These taxes.
Oh no, but you see, I was rather helping you alleviate or raise your concerns to the NDC people that they are number of 10 people who are still not being posted. You should support me in raising that concern for your NDC people. You cannot do it because you are with them. So I will do it for you. Then you support me so that obiti ampa say yen nuanum 10 for ni NDC for woku mo ye campaign NDC national service impo wonye binye. So he has to support me rather than going to stand with these CEOs and the rest. Somebody has to give him national service as boss not just 715 was a then and so no. So
are you done? Are you done?
My brother,
this game, me, I'm far gone ahead of this game. When it comes to trying to play tactics, trying to call this a friendship for an individual, I understand it better. When it comes to postings, right, and I'm going to whether it's Gold Board, the CEO of Gold Board, Lawyer Sami Janfi, they definitely have the number they want to take. No matter what, some people will reject it depending on the number. And I'm saying that the problem with I'm a 10 executive, immediately past 10 executive. I share with similar sentiments. I understand it much more than you. What I'm saying is that most of them, before they even want you to post them to an institution, they already know why they want you to post them there. All that they want from you is post me there. I'm talking based on real ground experience. Most of them, because you can't be going after campaign after the other and be seeking endorsements. All that they want is, if I tell you that I want airport, I know why I want airport. Post me there. If I go to airport, I have my grounding. Why I say I want airport. Of course, before I say I want airport, it means I've spoken to some people who have assured me of that.
When the 10 member tells
you let him finish.
He wants airport, it means that his party is in power and he wants airport, meaning that when you post him there, he knows that once you posted him there and it is NDC people who have helped him get the airport posting, automatically he's going to be accepted.
So what if accommodation is not made for SS number? What happens to that person?
Automatic?
So you from the start, you have
telling
to
me
tell
that Ghana
them.
Airport Company Limited wants 100 national service personnel, and because you claim somebody has posted 300, take the 300. Is that what you're talking about?
So aren't you happy that one of your own, who is a youth front, is now heading
No, yeah, getting simple matters.
So before the list gets there, she should be able to tell you that 10 will help you with the posting, but we cannot assure you of Ghana Gas. This is the number they want, and we've already gotten that number. So sorry for you. We'll post you here. For here, when we send you there, they are going to do what? Accept you. But you take the list, you do the posting for them. It is in there, happy. Showing us that Abai Papa, but look at, they've done posting for me and Ghana Gas. They've went there and then Ghana Gas is telling them that they cannot accept them. Why didn't you tell them from the initial stage? Am I lying?
Oh yes.
You should have told them from the start.
Don't worry, I'm waiting for you to
telling my brother that his party has failed to deliver even on national service for these 10 members who killed themselves to campaign for them, just national service. They are now working from one company to the other. Disappointed. The 24-hour economy impona went to me from Eduma. National service report can deliver so that it will be putting smiles on their face. No team case by may service our parliament. What Jan and feel on one and so let me tell my brother that I was rather helping him to make
no.
So he should rather support me.
Look.
So that the woman at the national service will know that the youth are angry.
I will not allow you to mislead the US. What I'm saying is that oh yes, I know this your
they are disappointed.
You are very good at just repeating one point and no progressing. What I'm saying is that when it comes to postings, me and my friends are executives across the whole country. All that they want is that I want you to post me. When they submit the list, you upon reviewing it, if I say I want this place, are you not telling me, okay, we cannot get to this place, we can get here. What if I don't want that place too that you're giving me? All I'm saying is, all that they're asking for, and my fellow team member they're asking for, executives are asking for that. If you want this place, please kindly help us in that regard. That's all. If I want this place, help me go there. So for instance, you can say that, okay, as 10 executives, right, you want the institution you want to go to. You have reasons for choosing there. For instance, before you choose a place of national service, it's not just about the money you will get. So you have to look at where you will stay, the transportation cost and all that. You factor all of those things in.
Yes.
So if I want this place, then submit the list. We will do the needful by posting you there. That's all I'm asking for that you should, and which I believe that for some time now with the recent posting they did, that has not been successful. And I'm pleading with them to do the needful going forward. Right? This they are to correct. And the only way can keep the party base alive on our university campuses is to simply give them a national posting to their desired places. Once they go there, for me, that's what I believe in principle. If I go there, if I say I want this place, I was talking to someone there, the person assured me of posting. You are the top there. It's to simply post me there. If I go and my gym on this and I can't come and blame you. You didn't post me to my desired institution. So please, let's fulfill our part. It wouldn't take you money. It's just a matter of entering a name. And I don't think there should be a substance for someone to now want to bring it 25 on the topic. I know him. I mean, we will deal with each other here. Don't worry.
Settings money or a settings.
But
it's true. He has agreed. And then but this one, is it based on loyalty or who is competent to fill that position? Looking at what
I'm saying is that look, they are also guiding students.
Right.
And I'm saying that, speaking as a party person, that me, if I go around asking people to join thing, I mean, it happens to Tesco too. You tell them, oh, but join Tesco, you're part to a pine, but your person you to be an Edobeto. And yes, sir. It means if I want this play, me, most of them, I'm speaking based on experience, most of them, they don't want to TV endorse them. All that they want is, I want here.
Because they don't know.
My friend is from KUST, he's a vice president, right? Media part vice president. Their list, not even one went through. And I'm saying this on radio. All that they want is post me there, or you post me there.
Let me go. Because they don't know that they think once you are being posted there, I'll be accepted.
Please.
There are a lot of people who have that notion.
There are people who have been rejected. It's not just party faithful.
Because they don't know.
I have friends, right, who are in MPP. Some of them, the place that they wanted, they got it. It's very fine because one, it's about relationship. As we speak right now, most of the institutions you're talking about, most of them are politically influenced. Right, you have MP people in there, you have NDC people in there.
Yeah,
and it's about relationship, right? Who you know and all that.
Yeah,
all I'm asking is that if they are team members and I say I want this place, kindly help me get that place. That's all.
No, kindly help me get there. Let me get there to do the service, not just posting me there.
The second phase will be that.
Let's tell him the truth.
The second phase will be that assisting and the endorsement. But what I'm saying is that because of sometimes the competition involved, that guarantee cannot come. But most of them, I'm saying that most of them, all that they want is just post me there, let me go.
Right.
But even that one too has become problematic. And that's what I'm pleading on leadership to address.
Well said.
Yeah, okay.
Right. In that case, let's dive into our main topics for discussion this morning. So for our first topic, Bandai rerun disputes and electoral confidence. So the Electoral Commission and political actors remain in dispute over the vacancy in the Bandai constituency, with concerns that repeated reruns are hurting public confidence in electoral processes. Election Watch Ghana has warned that repeated reruns in that seat may undermine trust in elections, sparking debates across political parties and civil society. Yeah, so I'm very positive you're already aware of the disputes going with regards to the Bandai seat. Zainok, what can you say to this particular issue?
Okay, I think let me greet Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the next flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party and the next president of Ghana come 2029, inshallah. And let me greet the Honorable Alexander Kwesiakwa, a very good father and a very good man who is working hard in Odan constituency. A very, very solid man by our standard. These are the kind of people we need in our parliament who will be working for the people. So let me greet him once again. Coming to Pandai, I don't even know where to start from. But you see, the NDC as a party is leading us into a place which might be dangerous to our democracy, of which they started from January when we gave them power. We've seen from the judicial service coming to the Chief Justice removal and all that. Today we've seen application for the removal of a petition for the removal of the EC, and then yesterday we saw some antics on the media. Mama Yarga, Honorable Mama Yarga, and the Fiamepo sends a private bill, and then the president also write a letter. You see that kind of. You see, I've been complaining about that. They think we are still in campaign season, so they can. So the president is telling me he was not aware they were sending a private something. So he also sat at Jubilee, also write a letter to them that they should withdraw it back. You see, it's a very nice movie they are playing. But all in all, first of all, let me tell the NDCs. I think last week I was here and we did some small fireworks for them, and they came under my post crying on my timeline. They are still crying under. Let me tell them something. If they know they cannot stand a dose of what they gave to President Akufo-Addo, then they should watch out. There is more coming. Because once they do not want to do the right thing, we will be on their neck. And the micro minority is showing force in parliament that it is not about numbers, it is about quality. Because we've seen people with quantity, a whole whooping numbers, and they have not been able to do anything over there. And with just little numbers, they are showing force. Why is the minority and the MPP, let me say, sad or concerned about what is going on in Pandai? Someone goes into an election and is not able to win, and someone wins the election. You go, you send your petition, you've gone to court. One or so polling stations 41 have issues. Court rules that they should rerun the whole election again in that constituency. The MP is not okay with that. Now goes for an appeal, which is an higher court, and then also files for a stay of execution at the Supreme Court. This automatically means that the ruling by that high court, once there is an appeal, it means that that ruling is on hold, and that once the person has filed for an appeal, we'll have to listen to that case. So the ruling by that high court will be on hold once the person has filed for an appeal. That is the meaning in law. Once we've made a ruling and the person is not okay with the ruling and files for an appeal, it means that that ruling that was made on that issue will be on hold and cannot be used to work. It means that the case is still active, it's not dead. Let's state that on record. So Mr. Martin Yindam has filed for an appeal and has filed for a stay of execution at the Supreme Court. So it means that the ruling at the Tamale High Court is on hold and cannot be used to make any decision. Then we see that the Clerk of Parliament has written to the EC that they have declared the Pandai seat vacant when there is an appeal in a court that we've not yet been able to discuss, or the court has not yet sat on it. What are you going to do if you see that? Aren't you going to be angry and frustrated and go back at them and ask why that there is an appeal? Because we know that once a ruling is made and someone files for appeal, the ruling that was made will be on hold. So what has happened? What has changed now that the Member of Parliament has filed for an appeal and you still went ahead to declare the Pandai seat vacant, and that the EC has brought a date that 30th December we should hold election? Are you not undermining the same democracy that we use in this country? And again, I continue to ask myself, what have these people been able to use their numbers we've given them? Is it 189 or what? These whooping numbers we've given them, what have they been able to use it for? And that they still want more. What are they using the numbers for? This micro minority is just bullying them left and right. They do not even come to parliament. We have bills that they have to come and pass. They stay in their homes and they are not coming and they still want more. And you know the unfortunate thing, we are going to see more of this and that. Today we've heard that Suhum or so, they are also filing. They have gone to court. Other constituencies are going. So to what extent are we going to see this? And you see, what pains me is that the people of Pandai, the chiefs of Pandai, some chiefs have come together and done a press conference telling the government that they do not want any rerun, they do not want chaos, they want that peaceful nature in Pandai to continue. They know that this rerun will bring chaos. So I ask myself, what is it at all that the NDC government want to achieve with this by-election and rerun? But I was not surprised, because we saw figure that came out when they organized Akwetia by-election for said securities and the rest. And yes, Kakito, I've forgotten that amount is not a small money. So I'm not surprised that they have told us that we are going to see more of this rerun and by-elections and the rest. But you see, we are telling them something that Ghanaians are watching, and everybody is watching. The way they are treating an honorable member of parliament who has legitimately won an election with over 3,000 votes, that you still want to bend or turn things down and organize a rerun by hook or crook. It is telling us that the NDC is up to something. My point is, why the haste? If you feel that when you organize a rerun you can win today, why are you in a haste? Why don't you want the judicial system to take its place, take its course, and then we go for the appeal, and then they listen to the issue, and then if the judgment comes out that no, we still need a rerun, we'll go on and do it. But why are they in a haste? And the clerk has decided to turn deaf ear to whatever we are saying, and that he will continue to do what he has done and still continue to declare the Kwandai seat vacant.
So why do you think that the ruling that was given by the Tamale High Court is not a legit one, and then
good,
you still want to?
Someone comes to court with 41 polling stations that they have problems with this polling station that the election, and then you continue to declare the whole election that we should rerun it again. How are you going to take it? I won with over 3,000 votes. If you feel that there is a case, why don't you let us go to that 41 polling stations and run and go back? So for Mr. Martin Yindam, his case is very clear and open, and any person who understands the law or gets into politics understand that whatever is going on, it is one of the gimmicks of the NDC on which they want to, just because they have power, they want to take the seat from the man. It is clear. So that is why he has filed for an appeal. So why is it that my brothers on the other side cannot wait for the appeal so that the court comes out with a decision from the appeal court? When we hear it and that they say this and this, we go on with that. But they are in a haste and do not want to even listen. They want to turn down judicial system and then do whatever they want to do. And I do not blame them, because today they have everything. They have executive, they have legislature, they have judiciary. So they think they can do everything. Today they have everybody in a WhatsApp group. CSOs are there, media is there. And I'm not the one saying it. They said it on air. A media person said it. And they have a rep from the judiciary on that WhatsApp platform.
But who said that, please? Can you help us?
They have a judicial person on as a rep. And you listen to what he said, the journalist said, they have been assigned a special tax or duty.
To do what?
Hey, he didn't mention it.
Hey.
They have been assigned a special tax. And he said it is not influenced by government. Ask yourself. I have given you a tax. And you see, so today CSOs cannot speak about things that are legitimate. Media cannot speak about things that are legitimate, because you see Mr. Nyindam's case is a case that any person who is reasonable, who sits down to listen to the case will say, but why is the NDC rushing for a rerun in the Kwandai election and cannot allow the judiciary and democracy to take its full course?
But that decision is coming from the Electoral Commission.
Because for the Electoral Commission, once the Clerk of Parliament writes to them that they've declared the seat vacant, they do not have any, they would go on to conduct their election. But what we are saying is that, you see, we are all watching, and you can decide to play politics with it or say whatever you want. And we've heard them saying they are going after a lot of seats and they are going to take every seat. Let me tell them something. We've been in this country where President Rawlings would and decided to have parliament on its own. Please, did the country bend? Did MPP collapse?
No.
So let us tell them, if they want, they should come after every seat. The rest of the MPP seats, they should go and contest all of them in court, and they should take all. But we are telling them something that MPP will not collapse if that is their mind, because even under President Rawlings, who, let me say, to some extent they say he was a tyrant, the MPP didn't collapse.
Right.
We came out fully, and President Kufuor won a whooping parliament.
Right.
In addition to that, so let's tell him something that for the Kwandai seat they can continue to do, and we feel that they are going after a whole lot of seats, room and the rest. They should continue. We are all watching.
Friends.
Hey, you're gonna say, hey. Look, if you don't have the issues, you digress from the substantive matter, and of course you resort to such emotional blackmailing tactics. I've always maintained that as communicators, we need to at all times apprise ourselves with facts on issues, so you will not be speaking at the behest of your emotions. Many of MPP communicated, and just as he has demonstrated right here in the studio, go about putting out the argument that we went to court solely on grounds contesting the results of 41 polling stations. And for that matter, it was out of place for the court to have rendered a ruling that nullified the entire election. I want to put it on record that that particular narrative is completely untrue and erroneous. Our argument was very simple, that the whole election was riddled with irregularities and inconsistencies, thereby compromising the integrity and credibility of the election. In essence, it contravened CI 127. We then went ahead, filed a petition in court, presented the results of 41 police stations as exhibits, then prayed the court to either set aside the results of the 41 police stations or nullify the entire election. Not just 41 police stations, the results. It's just like saying that I've presented, this is the evidence I have. In fact, the gravamen of the whole issue is not even about 41. It's the fact that an EC returning officer created his own polling or collation center without the knowledge of an NDC candidate to declare Matthew Ndam a winner. And the court, upon hearing this, said, no, we have to nullify the election. Look, with your indulgence, let me read this. My brother, please, he and his people, this is the reliefs, the D. This is a D. A declaration that non-compliance with Regulation 43 of the Public Elections Regulations 2020 CI 127 affected the entire results. Please listen. Entire results of the parliamentary election held in Pandai constituency on 7 December 2024, thereby rendering the said results as void. So the entire election as void. So I'm not surprised, because as for them, that's what they are good at. You see, he's mentioned something again about they went to court and that's the law.
Yeah.
Hey, MPP people guys can lie. You let me help my brother. Look, the mere filing of an appeal or a notice or motion for a stay of execution does not in itself operate at a stay until otherwise expressly granted by a court of law. So what it basically means is that if I go to court, when the lower court, right, rule on a case, and I go to a higher court to appeal, until that court, either it's injunction or a stay of execution, until that court hear the case and grant it, the original decision still stands. Let me read CI 19 and CI 132, Rule 27, so that I will help my brother with that. Most of them go about saying, and you have filed appeal, so why are you going ahead to conduct by election? Please, this is Rule 27 of CI 19 as amended. That's for the 2020. It said that the sub rule 1. It said that an appeal shall not operate as a stay of execution, and that the judgment or decision appealed against, unless the court otherwise orders or an application made to the court by motion or notice. So please, Martin Ndam going to court does not nullify the decision of Tamale High Court until the court says that no, this appeal you have filed, I have granted it, and for that matter, the original decision can no longer be enforced. So my brother should know, as it stands now, the Tamale High Court ruling is still enforceable. And look, the reason why the clerk acted in that manner is because, first of all, you have 7 days window that once a decision is made, the assumption or the presumption is that that decision may be appealed or shall be appealed within a period of 7 days. So, exercise some restraint or put a hold on the execution of that order until after 7 days. Now, after 7 days, the clerk of parliament is not there acting on his own whim. He's acting based on the Constitution, Article 112, verse 5. Sorry, clause 5. It says that the clerk will inform EC about the vacancy that has, occurred in Parliament, and the clerk has done exactly so. Has fulfilled his constitutional obligation by informing the EC. As we speak, you see, MPP people go around telling you, your party, your intellectual, your law. The law is very clear. Even if I learned the case, the court will hear it on 19. If the court grants that stay of execution, the EC cannot go ahead and hold that election. Because that means that we put a hold on the Tamale High Court ruling. And so why the rush? You are telling me that decision has been enforced today. We shouldn't implement it. We shouldn't execute that decision on the Tamale High Court. Is there an injunction to speak? Is there a stay of execution? I'm asking him. Please, let's not misinform the public. You sit here and tell us that the mere filing of appeal automatically means that the decision of the High Court should be put on hold. Please, there's no law in Ghana that advance that argument. That's not the case. Many will say that, look, if you go and conduct the election, and maybe after the election, the court rules that.
Exactly what I wanted to ask you.
Yes, that's the position of the law. But the whole point is that as you speak right now, the seat is vacant. somebody must occupy that seat. It's simple as that. So we plead with MPP. Today he's saying that we have the judiciary. We have Honorable Afenyo Markin coming out to now call the judiciary kangaroo judiciary, that they are serving their paymasters. If not for anything at all, the Honorable Afenyo Markin, with the greatest of respect, I respect him so much because of his knowledge in the law.
Yeah.
If not for anything at all, he is the greatest beneficiary of a Ghana judiciary system. He is the only person in the history of Ghana, if you like, across Africa, to have the apex court of the land to sit on his case in a record time of 2 hours. This has never happened before. Did we at the time say that the former chief justice was doing his bidding, or he was in bed with the former chief justice? Did we say that? You can't disagree with the court based on evidence. No. And today you are here saying that they have the judiciary, the same judiciary that not too long ago any small thing go to court. Afenyo Markin Honorable can go to court in a matter of 2 hours. A whole Supreme Court, we can empanel judge within 2 hours. Did we say it was a court for Afenyo Markin? So please, my brother should speak to the topic and stop resorting to emotional blackmailing tactics this morning. Today I said I came for him. MPP, they will tell you on one breath, if you think he's saying that, oh, if they are saying we've not done anything, right? And when it comes to rerun and by-election, mostly people vote for you because they've seen that there's future in this government, and their chances are that you will develop my community. You people are saying that there's no hope in this government. This government is not doing anything. So why are you afraid that if you go for a rerun, you will lose? If you indeed won the election, same people will vote for you. It's simple as that. Today you are afraid to go for the rerun. Today you are attacking the clerk of parliament for fulfilling his constitutional duty. That's stated in Article 112, Clause 5. And he has done exactly so. When the speaker ruled that Martin Yindan can participate in parliamentary proceedings, that way applauded the speaker. Today that the 7-day window has elapsed, and the clerk has gone ahead to inform EC, and the EC has set 30th December as a date for the rerun. You people are afraid. Information available to me is that they are even started campaigning. They have started campaigning because of, you see, MPP.
Yeah, I saw in the news that Justin Kodua says they are going to contest for the election.
They will contest and they will lose miserably.
But look, as long as you've confirmed you are contesting for the election, you definitely have to campaign.
You see, when it comes to parliamentary business, it's not just about numbers. It's about the quality of minds you have in parliament. You can have 60 MPs. It depends on how you present issues in parliament. I don't know the very ones. Just 2 days ago, you are in nose mask as if you are bandits. In nose mask, right? You cover your face as a member of parliament because what you were doing, you knew very well that it's unparliamentary, it's very unethical. You covered your face in a manner like this. Please, it's not about numbers. Ghanaians, your party is no longer attractive. Instead of sitting down, reflecting on the very things you have done and see how you can reposition your party for Ghanaians to give you the support again, you are here in parliament, right? When you are given opportunity to speak, no one shouted. Now it's the turn of majority to speak, and they are started. Oh, go to Boko and whatever. Of course, that issue I wouldn't even touch on because the O2 that's Asante. And I will not go into that because Asante is said to present a report on that. I don't want to go into that. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to tribal issues, they are very sensitive.
Yeah.
Dr. Bawumia getting zeros in Boko, can it be attributed to him? I don't want to even go there. All I'm saying is the MPP should reflect and know that when it comes to parliamentary election in this country, as we speak right now, NDC is on top. When Jatikwesi, right, during the Jatikwesi rerun, we won the election. We're in opposition. Didn't we win? Because he didn't win the election, and the grounds were that, of course, dual citizenship. He won the election again. If he indeed won the election, please go there and win the election for us. Today you are afraid because you are supporting Bawumia. Bawumia is saying that I will give MPP the northern vote, and Kenjapong and Brian Champong, they are telling that okay, go and deliver the northern vote. Please, my brother should be principled. Today you are here defending Bawumia.
Right.
You not too long ago you were for Brian Champong. Today you have all of a sudden shifted. Camps. You are now supporting Bawumia, claiming Bawumia has a vision to redeem Ghana. Please, you cannot be taken serious on issues of national concern because you even as a citizen you lack credibility. So my brother, I don't want to descend on him this morning. You should be very careful the way he goes with me this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince Kumar. Enoch, I say I'm a one, you know.
Oh, mama, one is scripted a year after man no about can't.
Oh, and then now okay.
But you see, what we are seeing is that we still stand on our grounds that the right thing must be done.
Right.
It must be done at all costs.
Right.
That the Mr. Matthew Nyindam, who should I use was or is the member of parliament for Kwandai,
is now a formal member of parliament.
No problem. We are still in court for an appeal. We filed for a stay of execution at the Supreme Court. Maybe if he's not aware of that too, let it be made clear
please.
That after the appeal at the higher court, we also filed for a stay of execution at the Supreme Court, of which if he's aware of that, he should know by now. So all what we are seeking for is that there shouldn't be any haste. If you know you can win that rerun when you go and do it, that by-election, if you know that you can win it and you win it perfectly, why are you in a haste when the person is in court still seeking for the court to listen to his case? Well, then why are you in a haste to do everything? So you see, it is not about also making assumptions or speaking on top of your voice that will make the issue favor you. What we are saying is that if you know today the court bailiff sent how do you call it, what is the name of the member, your parliamentary candidate in
I
Bandai?
don't know his name. Please proceed.
When they went to his house, he was not there. If he knows that he can win the case, why is he running from court? He was the one who sent to the court. Oh, you've not seen that one?
Which one?
I don't know.
Which one?
Okay.
Yeah, we mentioned so many issues.
Right.
Please.
So,
you are not rushing. Ask him what is the position of the law in the constitution. That when the constitution this, it's not the decision of Clark or EC. The constitution is very clear. Rerun or by-election should be done in 30 days once the court has ruled on it. So in the period of 30 days, if any decision comes from another court that states otherwise of the original decision, then they will put a hold.
Back
please,
to the OT. So
that's the position of the law. Please, these are emotions.
Please, let me make my point. When we were speaking, I was quiet listening to you. So what we are saying is that for Mr. Matthew Nyindam, he is in court. He has filed for an appeal and stay of execution at the Supreme Court, waiting for the court to hear him. And we believe that he has a very clear case of which he will be listened to, and the decision of the High Court will be reversed. It is as simple as that.
Right. So looking at all these repeated reruns right here in our country, what should that tell us about the credibility of our electoral commission? What can you say to that?
The electoral commission.
Yes.
I have nothing to say about the electoral commission.
Why don't you have anything?
For the electoral commission, she is there and she will wait for decisions on what will come to do. So for me, sometimes I do not want to speak about electoral commission, OSPs and the rest, because for them.
But don't you think this whole problem is stemming due to electoral mismanagement?
So ask those who want to remove her and deputies to speak about it, because for me, I have nothing to speak about the EC. Whether she's doing the work or not, that is true.
But are you satisfied so far with how election proceedings has been taken right here in our country?
You've never been satisfied from 1992 till now,
and you don't have anything to say to that?
Every political party has never been satisfied with election outcome. So what do I have?
Not the outcome, but how
it is done that will bring the outcome, or how it is conducted. Right,
I get it. But looking at the case of Kwandai, don't you think it could have been avoided?
Oh, definitely. Every issue could have been avoided.
So who then do we give the blame to now? Is it the EC or to the people?
You want me to blame the EC?
No, I'm not saying you should blame. I'm just asking a question.
Okay, you have asked your question. So what they are saying is that for the EC and his deputies, we've always been speaking that the way and manner sometimes they go about the issues is not one of the best. Let's look at a place like Abulikuma North and whatever that has gone on.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do not want to speak. I want to speak about the rerun and by-elections organizing, the chaos it brings, and what sometimes you have to avoid some of these things.
Exactly.
So that we do not put the people at risk. Imagine Kwandai, a lot of people in Accra who vote over there. When it's time for rerun again, they'll have to pick us and go. That is why the chiefs came together and did a press conference speaking about it, saying that there is no need to bring chaos. The town is already a peaceful one, and if you say we should come and organize by-elections again or a rerun in Kwandai, it is going to create chaos, and the people are not going to be okay, because one side will not agree and the other side will agree because there's political difference, and they do not want to see that in their town. They already have a peaceful one, so this shouldn't happen because of someone's personal interest.
But we are living in a democratic world.
In a democratic world.
Yeah.
So someone sends 41 and then you end up nullifying the whole election that we should go and hold everything again. How are you going to take that?
But don't you think
we've seen what is happening in Kwanda? They've gone for demonstrations and the rest. Do you think if not because of this we would have seen demonstrations and the lights there? Do you think we would have seen that? Don't you like the peaceful nature we have in this country? So because they are in power now and we've given them everything, did we mortgage the country to them? Did we dash the country to them? Didn't they win election? Today he sits here because his party is in power and he has to justify everything to suit them because his party is in power. So once he's coming, he has to prepare notes and then to come and sit here and justify that once there is an appeal and it has not been granted, we cannot say it is in full force. But we know that once a high court makes a decision and someone files for an appeal, the case is still active. He knows that, but he has to sit here and justify because his party is in power. And he has to make a case for them. But he clearly knows that if it was them that this was happening to them, he would have sat here and made all noise saying that President Akufo-Addo is wicked, is a tyrant, wants to take the country in his hands. That is what he would have sat here and said about President Akufo-Addo. But you see, what we are saying is that whatever you do today, you leave a mark. And my fear is that a time will come where a new government will come and will want to tour that same path and come after seats that they had small issues which could have not even amounted to how do you call? Because you see, my point is the man won with over 3,000 votes, and you 250 3,000, and he's aware of that 3,000 margin of vote count. Will win, you know. How can you sit here and say that the man is scared to go for an election again? A man who won with over 3,000 votes is scared. But what we are saying is we do not want to leave a precedent where another day, when a new government comes, will come after them on seat they won with 50, 100, 200. We also go and file cases in court where we'll be challenging them. And at that time too, their new government would have also managed to have judiciary in its pocket and will do whatever they are doing same. And people who do not have the credibility to speak today will open their 32 teeth and their mouth and will be crying at government. The same people who were shouting at President Akufo-Addo, today they are in WhatsApp group, so they cannot speak at President Mahama. Tell him that, Mr. Mahama, what you are doing is you are sending the country into a ditch. You are putting our democracy in a situation where in a time to come, people will also want to tour that same path. That is why today, in a country where we've got into, we are speaking about a third-term agenda for someone. Where we've got into in this country, where our democracy has got into. Please let me make my point. Let me make my point. Where we've got into in our democracy, we are speaking about a third term. Where even how do you call it? Kufuor and the likes who worked perfectly did not even seek for a third term, but where we've got into in our democracy, it is because of how the country is going. Clearly, let's tell them something.
Mr. Prince, what can you say about the credibility of the election?
Let's do some quick common statistical analysis. Mahama can never be president, as said by MPP some time ago. Mahama was born on Yadie. How can somebody you claim to be incompetent, right, be attracted to Ghanaians and even, which is your claim, go for a third term? Somebody can never be president. Today are saying that you go for a third term. Trust me. Who started this whole third term agenda? NPP. That, to term majority, they will change the constitution. Why are you afraid? No, why are you afraid? He said the person can never be president. Today are saying that he wants to go to third term. The person has come out to clear the air that I don't have any third term agenda. Yet you are so fixated on that figment of your own diabolical imagination that the man wants to go to third term. Where did he say that? Please. Now, I always tell you that one thing that would distinguish MPP communicator and this communicator is the fact that there's always a reference to facts. When I was speaking, I didn't just sit here and tell you that, when an appeal is filed, it does not automatically operate as a stay. I cited an enabling law, an existing law as far as this country is concerned. You are here saying we all know it from where? Cite a particular law. That buttress your point. That's how our conversation should go. We should have a decent conversation. You can have a dissenting opinion. Look, whatever. It's something I choose not to comment. Because I understand. That's what they did in 2016. Mahama thought that worship or Tokyo Harbor near there. This group on NACAP, right? Where we had civil society organization reps. Like Sam Sanajay, he didn't want to mention his name. Ask the explanation he provided. He couldn't speak to that. But me, I understand them.
Explain what
They attempt to even make this government unattractive, right? Rather makes their party unattractive. And so what I'm saying is that when it comes to the Electoral Commission, we have our reservations about it. Just as Justin Frimpong, they are intimidated that the EC is incompetent. So he has been compelled to support our chairman that they should be removed. Today, an individual has filed a petition. Is it when it comes to the MPP? So I wonder the understanding of a democracy, whether we went to a different school and they went to a different school. Yawake today is sitting here, democracy. Hey, the media, your party boys, storm a whole media house, live TV session, dictate to them the editorial policy that you shouldn't talk about it, you should talk about this. Your National Youth of Ghana went there to build them. I heard it interview as Empire FM. You're talking about democracy today. Do you understand democracy? Please, under MPP. Hey, Yawake. To hear democracy. And what are you doing today? What we're doing. Did you know one day you'll be in opposition? Today, look at you. Hey! And now President Mahama. To the point that some people said, it's quite painful. Some people even swore that they will unalive themselves should President Mahama ever become president. So the same people are so afraid. Please, afraid. Me, I can confidently say Bawumia will never become a president of Ghana. And I can prove it based on facts.
You see,
yes, please. Why is that arrogance? Please.
He's following. That
please.
Is what
his
party general secretary told us. That
please allow me. Oh, please. Oh, yes, and indeed, you dumped him because they are going around saying that he's a northerner. Is that not the case? Please, you are playing your tribal, bigotry games. And what I'm saying to my brother, don't have the issues. So if you say something, you go around the government WhatsApp group. One is started from government WhatsApp group. One you're talking about Pandai Run. Now to easy government WhatsApp group. So when he mentioned that I came here and I was talking about a scripted document, they rather scripted it for him because he couldn't move out from his zone. All that they told him to come and say, he has stuck to it, government WhatsApp group, when there's nothing like that. Please, please, we know the propaganda they do. We understand. Right from the inception of this government, Reverend Tim Fojo, today, his aviation expertise, I don't know where it has gone to. Honorable Sefua, I no longer hear from him. So we know their works. We understand them.
Yeah.
Last time I came here, I told you that if you want to imitate Honorable Ablakwa, you have to learn on the job very well. You have to learn on the job very well. Oh, please.
You see how he's disgracing himself. Did you see that?
Where?
You've not seen
it
yet.
I know where you will land. Bring it.
Yes, you've not seen it.
Yeah, what? Tell us.
Did you see it?
No, what did he do?
I didn't see.
What did he do?
And what did he do?
He said they've come to do what, beg or something. And people said, no, there is nothing like that.
So the people to what they said. Have they provided evidence?
No, but the people have told you that what they are saying, telling your Ghanaians, it's not true anywhere. It's not here nor there. So, Mr. Foreign Affairs Minister, stay in your lane. You cannot come and
at
be
least
lying.
I like a foreign minister that can take a bold stand against a country like Israel. Israel under MPP, of course, we all know they are puppets of the West. So they would have just said that, we condemn it. He went ahead to make sure that there is reciprocity, acting in compliance with the Vietnam Convention on Diplomatic Relations 1961 Article 47. That's the kind of foreign affairs.
Let me read it to you. He said
Israeli
authorities have issued an apology for deporting Ghanaians and are now seeking for a resolution. And the Israeli people embassy came that Israel embassy denies claims it apologized to Ghana over deportation of 3 Ghanaians now. Insists the issue was a consular problem. So please, the minister said and what the Israel embassy said, who is lying?
My brother has a listening problem.
No,
how has this got to do with the minister also going to show that there's reciprocity, that Ghanaians are respected, making sure that Israel
the people are telling you that the minister has good.
These are different issues.
Understand that your minister has good, a whole foreign affairs minister. He has good on an international platform. No. Your problem. So it means that you see one thing my brother is failing to understand is that some of their ministers are still think they are in campaign season.
This is your point all the time.
Please let me make my point.
You are still in power.
let me make my point.
That's why I come and sit here.
See, we've given them power to work, and some of these antics.
So please, Honorable Ablakwa has done the needful by making sure that Ghanaians are respected. The dignity of Ghanaians are respected across the globe. That's the kind of country we want. Yes, acting on laws.
Shame on him.
So you are proceeding. We are buying the jet, proper jet in the next 4 years. Proper jet for the country.
Standard human beings.
Honorable Ablakwa has stated principle. He provided evidence that at the time President Akufo-Addo was hiring a private jet, 15,000 an hour.
Just look at that.
He will say, a president of another country was using our private jet. Let's come on, say bail you out here. A president of another country was using our jet while our president was sitting in the hiring jet. So please,
he has to make his claim.
Oh yes.
All right. It's okay.
Yeah, he is in government, so
it's
okay.
Understand
right, he has to be doing this more often because he's in government and he has been tasked to do a specific job. So he has to clear them and make them clean. Today,
you get my brother today has lost the debate. Oh yes, he has agenda for the substantive matter. What I'm saying is that one against every foreign affairs minister can do is to stand on business.
Stand on business.
And the business here is that
himself.
Oh yes,
okay.
you
It's enough.
It's enough. Yeah, for him
it's enough. All right,
like
gentlemen.
Such a disgrace.
Gentlemen, that's enough.
Let's tell him.
It's okay.
He's in government, so his work is difficult. And I said,
we
criticize. See, if I criticize,
we are not against criticism. But we exposed you. You sat here. You couldn't mention existing law.
It's okay.
Your point.
All right,
please.
Let's move on.
What you are saying is not here nor there.
It's okay. Let's move on.
Don't worry. I understand. You are not debate. Let's continue. If not, you will cry here. Please, let's continue. Let's continue.
Hey, oh, how'd you?
Let's me Brown. No,
you let's move on to our next topic. I'm not even going to continue with the questions again. Let's move on to the next topic. So you see these two people, they are shaking each other's hands, and you are in their house. They are fighting for a particular political party. Calm down, please. Please, calm down. Right, let's move on. So, Constitutional Review Committee is set to submit their final report to President John Dramani Mahama.
We don't have anything to say.
So, President John Dramani Mahama has announced that the long-awaited final report from the Constitutional Review Committee will officially be submitted to him on December 22nd. So the committee, chaired by Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh, has spent several months gathering views from citizens, institutions, civil society groups, and experts across the country on possible amendments to Ghana's 1992 Constitution. Speaking at the Jubilee House on Wednesday, December 10th, during a meeting with the National Peace Council, President Mahama revealed that the committee had already given him an earlier briefing about 3 weeks ago, outlining some of its key findings and recommendations. He said the upcoming report contains interesting proposals and assured the public that once he received the final document, it will be made available to the nation for broader discussion. Right. How critical is it for our constitution to be reformed at this stage of Ghana's?
Yeah, compare topic or pay me over castle. So
let me go to him first. What can you say about the amendment of our constitution? Do you think it's?
Oh no, we've always been saying that the constitution has outlived its usefulness, and some portions will have to be amended for that.
Can you cite some of the portions which,
for example, like the MMDC's appointment being done by the president? These are people who are going to work at the various district and municipal assembly. Why don't you run elections for them? President Akufo-Addo proposed that some time ago.
So what would you recommend?
It should, if they are looking at the constitution, some portions to be amended. This part I think is very critical and should be considered for amendment. We should change it. We should hold elections from MMDC so that we have competent people, not that people have served their party and that if there is nobody who have to by force go and select like some MMDCs they've brought. You've seen some when they came for public account committee or the rest. You see some they cannot even speak. Brofu cry and they obey that. And she have an appointment. Just say obi any enough. So some of these things we should open up for election. You see, there are a whole lot of discussions in fact our constitution the baby
what else?
I was say I'm seeing a whole lot of things here. For me, I always have a problem with appointment in that you have to appoint majority of your ministers from parliament. That is what is weakening our parliament. People who are supposed to make laws for us, but because we've appointed them as ministers, they do not have time to also come to parliament and make decisions. And these people are representing their people. So you see, such portions should also be looked at and also be made to suit the people. What you say now? Appointment before we bring free parliament because then you have attorney general, parliamentarian, no sambe kokota. Obey then I run these two things. So in fact, some portions of the constitution as so for this DMF form, someone they should bring it reforms. We need them.
So what about the judicial aspect of
the judicial aspect? Where you see. President will have to appoint a judiciary. For Anyame yellow kakra. So this is separation of powers, as we said. Baron Montesquieu has said it. It's not absolute anywhere. You cannot say you can run an absolute separation of powers. There will be checks and balances. But for some parts, at least we should leave it. You see, we are saying judiciary, we are saying executive, we are saying legislature. Each and everyone is supposed to work independently, but they work hand in hand. But here lies the case that me being executive, I've been given the power to go and appoint somebody to head an independent arm of government, judiciary. Definitely, I'll go in for someone I can have influence on or I can relate with. So you see, when we give that office the autonomy or give them that power to elect their own person, maybe based on near what experience to come and lead or be the head of that arm, it will help rather than giving every power. You see, power is residing in the executive. That is why when the executive gets that power and gets parliament, because parliament is already politicized. Because through a rubber stamp, whatever the president wants will be passed. And today the NDC have 2/3. They can do whatever they want with it. And now they have judiciary because they've managed their way out to push the Chief Justice out and brought someone in. So we can say that the president is running a threesome government of both legislature, both judiciary, both executive. So whatever they want, they'll be able to do it. So some of these things should be looked at so that we do not reside too much power in a single individual. That is what will enter the person's head, and tomorrow they will come and be using pastors to tell us third term. Whereas in their rooms they know they want it, but they will come and tell us they don't want. But they will be using pastors and influencers to tell us they want third term. When we remove too much power from them and we give power to those bodies to operate themselves, we will see the changes. People back on where MMDCs, on where ministers, we have parliament, on where judges or chief justice. Why? The constitution has outlived its usefulness. So we are moving on as a country. Let's look at certain things. It is important.
Very important. Mr. Kumar.
Hey, yeah, the third term I'm around so for 1 year. Hey,
controversial man.
So for the almost a mentanka. But sir, you know, who threw into the public psyche? You started this whole thing, and that's why I repeat it. You started it, and I'm always say that President Mahama, he was once a president. He lost an election, right? So if you are unpopular, you are not doing well, why should somebody go for a third term? Should be your worry. If you think, indeed, no, look, I think that they are just so afraid that President Mahama is doing well, and by reason of that, Ghanaians will call on him to go for a third term. By the president, I'm so convinced that he will not make such an attempt. You know, the constitution, as you rightly stated, has vested so much powers in executive. You know, appointment of IGP, electoral commission boss. You know, how can a president, of course, you are appointed an IGP boss or IGP, how do you expect him to, you know, be fully independent? You have OSP, for instance, which we claim is independent, still being appointed by the president, the executive head, electoral commissioner, chief justice. Of course, it will go through, you know, the judicial council, but still, the ultimate decision lies with the president.
With the president.
And so, it makes it appear as though we are running an executive country, where the three arms of government, only one is being predominant. And so, we need to check all of those things. And I believe that the Constitutional Review Committee has done the needed consultation to make sure we address some of the provisions in the Constitution that we believe have outlived their usefulness. So I can bring in, you know, ideas that will help address emerging issues. We cannot be running a country like that where the president appoints almost everyone, almost everybody in the country. Individuals we claim are independent are still being appointed. head of investigative institutions are appointed by the president. There's always that soft loyalty there, because once they're appointed by someone, the expectation that you should return some favors. So imagine an IGP or your Yoko boss or OSP, and the president calls on you to do something. It's very difficult, considering the fact that he has the power to even remove you from office, or he appointed you, so you are afraid that. And look, the constitution is such that that's why the president appointing you. You can even take away the powers. You have to even look at allocations. We need to put out quotas, so the finance minister will not decide how much you go to OSP or EC or Yoko. No, there should be a percentage. Okay, your annual revenue is this, or your total expenditure. 1% should go to Yoko, maybe 0.5 should go to OSP. So it will not be to the discretion of finance minister, because once you now become stubborn, quote unquote, I'm saying it carefully, stubborn in the sense that you're not doing the bidding of government. Okay, the finance minister will be like, and so you'll be compelled to now do their bidding. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, that we should have clear cut amount that should go to those agencies or institutions. That 1% should go to OSP, maybe 1% EC. So it wouldn't be like, because I'm afraid of my resources being cut off or reduced, I'm not going to adhere to the dictates of government. We need to do all of those things, and I trust the committee that they have done a good job, and they will continue to be celebrated as far as this will be successful. But my brother should tone down the political bits. No third-term agenda. Why are you afraid of Mahama? What attacks Mahama? He said he's not doing anything. Why are you afraid?
We will not allow anybody.
Oh, please. Even President Akufo-Addo, Ghanaians money showed him his way. President Akufo-Addo, that can tell you to stand. Ghanaians showed him his way.
The happy thing is
please.
That it will not even be MPP who come against
what we need is
his
that
own NDC people who want power.
Oh, I'm saying that. So what I'm saying is that
come very hard at it.
Is it why? Is it sometimes they say, "Oh, I jump on here." So I saw that basa basa. Sana we are, But Chairman, President Mahama, he for holding us for 10
Oh, so not the
no. But I must see you to tell me. And sometimes I listen to the lives of Honorable Kojo Ponkroma, and I'm wondering when we're going for the Black Marie run. You know what this their MP is Gloria. Yeah, the woman that said Trobo that he already budget for me. Or no, I can't MDC Mutamali. MP Power one say budget reading in there no. And this year no.
You want to talk about?
Oh, please relax.
Please, then that one they don't go
and
there.
I'm saying that
you will not enter.
Oh, please.
But you should know that you
what
are
I'm saying that what?
Can we mention the NDC ladies? Look at what the way they are disgracing themselves in parliament.
What are they doing?
I prefer somebody, right, who make grammatical errors, because when it comes to communication, it's about able to put your ideas across. Now, there's somebody, a member of parliament, mislead the public that when the budget is presented for the next year, it takes effect that very day. That's not
allow it. You cannot even speak of your own.
Kojo Ponkroma is saying that
room of
to tell majority we need to tell. Please, as to speak right now, if there's such intention, that can be done. But that's not the priority of this government. So please,
it is.
They should detach. What I'm saying is that okay. No, the fundamental question is that every reasonable mind will not agree with you, because you don't need Pandai to have 2/3. You don't need Pandai. So where did that argument stem from? That Pandai, when we're going for Ablekuma, he said that we needed to get 2/3. There Pandai get 2/3. Why the 2/3? I never drew her. Yaktara already. And Tigana from Buti and Nada emotions.
Sit no muji bebre no den no mo pese obode
emotions no.
The omo dada no den no mo timedia ya wo LGBTQ bill numbers no mo no. What have they been able to use it to do?
Numbers, not democracy. The Holy President of the Republic of Ghana to stop Parliament from transmitting a bill. Hey, President Akufo-Addo, and we understand them very carefully.
Please.
When on your numbers in putting the year new, the expectation is that
please.
Can you imagine? President Akufo-Addo had to tell majority.
What they've been able to use their numbers to do that they want more.
Just imagine.
Able to tell us
just imagine.
Tell us.
For a second.
President
Akufo-Addo had to tell majority.
So that we understand that they still want
all
more.
All of a sudden, we have been denied representation.
What we've given them. Some cannot even go. Digital MPs, they cannot go to their constituency, but they come and set parliament. They shout. They want to shout, but they cannot do the work they've been given to
do. It's okay.
Tell us the numbers.
Today they are good.
Numbers now parliament. Then what
because your understanding of numbers is that to be dictatorial. That's why I'm asking you that.
What have you been able to use your numbers to do?
No, what exactly do you want to use our numbers to do? Tell me.
LGBTQ LGBTQ.
What does it do?
Why haven't you used your numbers?
No, please relax. You see, I mean, when you're with me, I will push you to set rating.
Tell us.
We talk about LGBTQ plus. What's the correlation between it and numbers? Is the fact that maybe you're telling me that there's a bill before Parliament. Relax. What is maybe? Relax.
Tell us the facts.
Communication 101 is to listen attentively. When there's a bill before Parliament, and you come out to tell Ghanaians that, oh, I don't have the numbers to pass it, then Ghanaians will ask you, what are you using the numbers for?
Why haven't you used it to table it and pass it?
All right. It's okay. Don't worry. He'll tell you.
He's not been able to tell me.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm on numbers. All
right. Let's move on to our final question. Our final topic. Then we call it a wrap. Are you okay?
Oh yes.
Calm down. Breathe. Breathe.
But you man on opposition to that. You man made better.
Oh yeah, the opposition don't know. Oh yeah, opposition they were external locking. Obi akọ obi didn't attempt signs after we but it's part of the game.
So that's what you do.
This is part of it. I understand.
Yeah.
And he's doing well. By Omia camp, man on forefront rule. Oh yeah, the man who train body no say ya kaya de ntokakra no kwakra eboa ba Omia campaign no. Enti Dennis Miracle Abuaje o tie mi amesrew. Ba Omia ntoka na moko kene the under form. You need minds like, you know, Yawaka they can convince the delegates at least by Omia sanya flaberia because yes defeat now also fire no. A bit mama mental trauma. To say no man front row about campaign. That's the kind of here. I want farm one and come media talk. Beboa.
Amen. Maka amen. It's kind of back. Right, let's look at our final topic. So government makes a U-turn on the lithium deal. So the government of Ghana has withheld the proposed lithium mining agreement from parliamentary consideration to allow additional stakeholders consultation and further review, officials said this week. The decision follows feedback from local communities, industry stakeholders, and political actors expressing concern about transparency, benefits sharing, and environmental safeguards related to the deal. The withdrawal is intended to enable broader engagement and refinement to the terms before the agreement is formally presented to Parliament for ratification. Yes, so initially we were getting 10% out from this deal, and then this current administration came in and they say it's 5%. But there have been a lot of debates, a lot of criticism that, hey, now you were taking 10%, people came, now you want to drop it down. No. So they had to go back to the drawing board and then do some sort of consultation and then come again. Yeah. What can you say to that?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'll buy it.
Well.
What happened? Why did you go for 5%?
5%.
When it was 10%?
You see, well, my learning this morning is that there has been a significant reduction of lithium price at world markets, and so the investors thought it wise that going for the 10% will affect them much. But even with that, I don't support it personally. I don't support it. I really support we giving out whether it's 10% or 15% to foreigners.
So you don't want
I don't even me personally. I don't want it that way.
So how do you?
I feel like we can give it to the indigenous to do it. Can come together because we have done this for years. It's not about 10 or 12%. It's not about both sides. 10, 12. What has it done to our country? We need to sit down as a country and be serious. This whole thing of we want to get 10% is okay. Give it to them. They will give you your 10%. The 10 and 7, 8% you have been receiving. How has it impacted our communities? Look, a decision to withdraw this lithium deal, for me, is a very good one because I'm not surprised. When it comes to respecting the public conscience, is the hallmark of this government. That people express their genuine concerns. Government has ensured that there's commitment to respecting that, to make sure that it acts in a manner that aligns with their expectation. And that's what the NDC government is all about. That we are representing the people. Yes, the president, despite being the head of state and head of government, does not consider himself as the repository of all knowledge. So you will bear me out, or you can attest to the fact that he has on many occasions urged Ghanaians, you the media in particular and CSOs, to at all times hold the feet of his government to the strictest standards of accountability. That once you are a Ghanaian, you matter in this government, you should be able to proffer constructive criticisms, and government will have due regard for that. So I'm not surprised he was saying that CSOs have kept quiet when it comes to this lithium deal. You know how they've been on the neck of government, and government has respected that, because whatever thing you want to do, you must act in the supreme interest of Ghanaians. And once you have CSOs, prominent individuals, asking government to withdraw it, I think it's only appropriate, and it was appropriate for the government to have acted in that manner. And that's the way to go. Because yes, if the lithium, we think that okay, the price has reduced. It belongs to us. Can't we wait? Okay, in the next 2 years, we can still give you that in the next 2 years. So I think that a broader consultation on this, and I want to see it in a much better shape when it returns to Parliament. Definitely not 5%, or with some other additional conditions that will help benefit Ghana. But my position is that I don't think we should be losing our resources as a country to foreigners.
Right.
Oh, I'm not saying we are giving it out to them, but this whole 10%, 9%, 11%,
it's not helping.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
We need to get to a point where we can manage our own resources, we can extract it, and find a way we can, add value to it to get the ultimate benefit that we need as a country. Thank you.
Mr. Enoch.
But
he has been honest.
Oh no, he just wanted to it is normal. Sometimes you understand the game. Oh, but no, said that for topic we know names and Wabekano.
But we chose the topic.
No, yes. Of the man, no, I know who son of Wabekano. But he should have been open to tell his people that sometimes any be beer and bar or opposition or come one same baby. You understand? What did his people say in opposition?
What did
Ama Kofibo Collins Dauda. Then when President Akufo-Addo through the lands minister, Honorable Abu Jinapo came that we are going to get 10%. You remember? They came out to do a press conference, speak on it that President Akufo-Addo is wicked, or the lithium komo bini yabenya 10%. That is what they said in opposition, and they wanted to find a way out to bring us 5%. Someone who spoke about 10%. You see, when I'm always speaking about the likes of the NDC top people who are in government now, and they come hard at me. Sometimes I don't understand it, but these people are double standard human beings that in any society nobody should even take them serious or listen to them, especially somebody like Okujetu. Nobody should be able to take him serious because he's a man who has almost said everything some in opposition. Today, has he been able to even speak about jet or to even come and speak about lithium though? Now, President Akufo-Addo 10% put there. What is Swaba 5? When your justification, I can read it. It is here what they said when President Akufo-Addo told us 10%. I'll read it for you. I say it is important. This is the Honorable Collins Dauda, then Committee for Lands and Natural Resources in Parliament. He said it is important to make the point that government's boastful claim about securing a 10% royalty under the deal is a celebration of mediocrity. That is what he told us, 10%. And today, do you know the first justification they came out with, your minister? He told us that the act clearly gives a rate, a royalty rate of which they cannot exceed. Did you hear that? And who told you that? The ex-war President Mahama First government 2015 amended that Act 900 to open that we can have a discussion on royalty rate of which it is not fixed. That when you are giving your minerals or for someone to come and take your minerals and give you say take 5% or something, we've opened that discussion up and it is not closed and a closed end that it is 5% fixed. So where? That's your justification today. Does it stand? It is open. So it means that you even came to lie to Ghanaians because you thought that you could pass through everywhere. And you know what they did? When the conversation came, you know the story that came up? Mr. Martin Pegu story. So nobody was even hearing anything about lithium, but the conversation about Awoya lithium day was ongoing. But as I said, they managed to get everybody in a WhatsApp group so they know how to turn around things so that nobody will even hear about the issue. But the mighty micro minority decided that no, this is something that when we agree on, yet 5%, 10% and run, and then 5% in no, we will not allow these people to pass through with this lithium deal.
So how did you stop it? Tell us.
How did we stop it?
Yes.
It is in Parliament and I'm corridor here.
No, he said that.
I'm coming. It is no, it is because of the backlash they gave.
He said you stopped it. How did you stop it? That's what I want to know.
Wow,
CSOs. They that even presented a whole extensive document to the president you are here saying that if it's about numbers, but you could have just gone through. Okay, we have the numbers. Quorum for business, quorum for decision. We have adopted it. That's all. It ends it. All they can do is to yell. That's all.
What we are saying is that
about
the lies of
Mr. You are micro minority.
Franklin Kujo and the rest who were hard on President Akufo-Addo on some of these same things. Today, you ask them that why are these people who cannot even speak about people coming to take a lithium and give us just 5%? Hey. They cannot speak about it.
Is not in Ghana, please.
Oh, please, let me speak.
He just came for Nigeria.
Please, let me speak.
He just came for Nigeria.
How many CSOs spoke about it? Just a few.
You mentioned Franklin Kujo, who is at the forefront of this.
Oh, please.
He even went to the president to tell the president 5% is no good.
WhatsApp group.
Please. You will digress as usual. What I'm saying is Franklin Kujo, Imani Ghana said we will agree
so
today.
What we are saying is that if yesterday you told Ghanaians that we should not celebrate mediocrity, that you are giving us 10%. But today, these same people who spoke about it to Ama Kofi Boa and Collins Dauda leading the conversation then, today are the same people going to bring us 5%. What can we say about such leaders? Are these not the same people who make people see politicians as some way? Yesterday it was not good, today it is good. Yesterday jet was not good, today jet is okay, we can buy it and we can have a bath in it. You see, what I've been saying is that the NDC's position on some things in opposition, Galamsey is one. Today we've seen jet, today we've seen lithium, more and more will be coming. And you see, I have always been saying that some of them overspoke in opposition. And today they cannot speak about it because it is their government in power. You can agree with me that the 5%, the 5% you were going for it was not the best. Was not the best. Also,
it's time.
Double standard. Double standard. Double standard personified. Winnable candidate by Champo today. Winnable is now.
Please, that one is a personal conviction. You cannot.
No, winnable candidate, right? January, February. Your account will go and read those stations.
Oh, please.
TV station.
You cannot decide to show me.
Double standard. Then a winnable candidate for MPP is Brian Achampong. All of a sudden, Brian Achampong is not winnable because you saw brown envelope.
Oh, please, let's look at that.
Brown envelope.
Let's look at that.
Please. So you are here saying that people have received money. You went and met Ghanaians people.
Today you are eating personal issue. So talk about it back then.
After meeting Bawumia and people, right? Today he's talking nothing of it. Say why kesi? So why kesi? But make on me.
But you see, before his list will come, let me make it known. Most people who are communicating for the NDC are not happy.
I'm happy, please. I'm happy.
It's how the Jawonya boss, Yaya boss Tamano.
Please.
Into a service for
I'm happy.
Oh, you're happy on your happy saying it. But most of the NDC youth are not happy. Some we have to speak for some of them. And some of them work for the party, work very hard,
like
tirelessly.
Hannah took all your money away.
Morning, afternoon, evening, and just common employment for them. I had you. You promised them 133. Can you fabram ponan kebin kwano pebin ko wiebin ko nyume employ. And also no atonsuom 133 no so atonsuom.
I want to extend my deepest appreciation to Leeds Connect Global Volunteers in the Volta region. North Town to be precise, for the great work they are doing over there. They've been there for the past 3 months. It's an association that I'm executive member of. What we do is we go to underserved communities, we go to extremely remote areas to teach, and they have committed the last 3 months to doing that. For many of them, this was their first time going to the village. Encountering what I would say strange living conditions. Some of them drinking water they've never seen before, but they have endured with remarkable dedication. I want to commend them for that. They'll be coming home, or they'll be leaving there on the 18th of this month, and I want to thank them so much and say that I want to speak small away, but I don't understand it. I can't speak away. We appreciate what they did over there, and they've done so well. Some of the water, if you see the water they drink, so they live in East Legon. They went there in the water they are drinking, if you see the water, it's like this way. But they still endured, and it's something that I think is worth, commending. So my brother, please tell me politicians. I really greet politicians. They are doing well already. So Ghanaians are fully aware of their news. I did not come out. So first of all, I want to support to some extent that government should try, create jobs for the youth as well as the NDC guys. But since he's talking about NDC guys and they play NDC guys, it's simple to come here and what they're doing more party for Ghana for. So double standard on the NDC your multi so that's why. Oh, the my NDC for a boy. Yeah, you want to cry or say, hey, my party for more show. I know been a Hana fan, the Sika Yakoshi mansion, and Mebra or background. I mean, for propaganda. How the boats Ghana, propaganda. It's in American, they say we are all working for a better Ghana. We acknowledge the role of opposition. He is doing well, and I want to once again say that Dennis Miracle Abwaji, if you are listening to me, please give Yawake a front role in Baomia's campaign. Because that's the only way we can chop small. Baomia, the money that he siphoned from government, it's still there. He can give him some. At least I'm sure he will lead the MPP again, although he will lose. So my brother will not suffer too much. I cannot see him suffering in opposition. No. He has started already. Look at the phone that he's using. Look at the kaftan. Look at his shoes and sandals and all that. They are all expensive. Customized, of course. So please, I want to that Baomia campaign the Upo be with Makasa Aya Juma Aya Kema Winshomu the body. One man opposition ye no ye campaign no ye man.
Sure.
That's a pan.
Designer. It's an American media, million mendity for na maybe some men never shit come as a crab. No way do. Papa nan abaman, but the man may be more. Because you are last words. Yeah, sure. Maybe I'll continue to greet Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. He's in the north. No longer by doing his campaign. So for what my brother is saying, I have no knowledge about. For me, it is one MPP and one Ghana. After the election, after the major defeat, we started our presidential campaign. I was on the other side, but I felt that we need power, and if we need power, we've already marketed it someone. Ghanaians know the person. Ghanaians are okay with that person. So if the NDC, of which will be going into a major election with them in 2028, is going to present a new face, why should we go and worry on ourselves to also go and bring a new face and go and market that same person all around the country where we already have another person we've marketed, where we know in this Ghana 1992 till now, political consistency favors. It favors the one that you've already marketed, you've represented already. So for me, I had a personal conviction that Dr. Bawumia will be the best person to present us in 2028 election. So what I'm saying is that I'm not saying he's not consistent. I'm saying it's a fresh candidate, and NDC is going to bring a fresh candidate. We cannot also afford to put someone we've sent already, we've already marketed, to also go and bring a fresh face. So yes, as a personal conviction. So for me, I believe that Dr. Bawumia will win the 31st January election and continue to win the 2028 election. Now, NDC dapa for abayi there. Ghana for, and he should tell his people that they should calm down. They've not been given work, so their little data they have, they should stop. Once they are commenting under my post and helping me boost my page, Facebook will be paying me. So I am happy. He's not aware. When my likes go up and I get a call, I am happy.
It's not something monetization is common.
I am happy. But they should tell them that they should tone down. They did more than this to the extent that some of their people told President Akufo-Addo he would die. He didn't die, he's alive. We are not even telling the president that we are not even telling the president he will die. We are only telling him to be up to tax. So when we are telling them to be up to tax, they should come down. Today they said to me that Kake will be coming, so you should come and face him.
Oh no, I'm not even sure he knew him.
I told him that the other guy who came last week is not mercilessly the guy.
Of course, so, I saw the video. I was like,
so you should come and defend.
I should be brutal. The people got to pay pound. Now show 1 year, now they are 2 years.
It's also a elastic video, no.
But I respect my guy. He did his best. He did it. He didn't do anything.
He did it, but they have to be doing more training for them.
He will improve. Because he gave you a free rule to say things. And a fishing has before 2016 to 2020.
Master.
2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, free senior high school. Into an uncle pushing the Buma, free senior high. Free or quite a couple of me and all the one. And I'm Madame from us, but a caca. Stubborn guy.
Then next time we will not pay you with him again. So that you
your boss are emotional.
Stubborn guy.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, and thank you to our lovely audience for doing the listening, and thank you to our guests for doing the talking. Thank you so much. We'll meet same time next week. Do have a lovely weekend.